Lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol, William Grant & Sons Inc., New York.
Hey, if you're thinking about getting the latest iPhone, check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited wireless for just $60 a month. Yeah, you get the new titanium iPhone 15 Pro that was just announced. Then again, next year, you get the latest iPhone every year. Boost Infinite, infinitely better. To learn more, pick up your phone, dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service may be slow. Visit the comparable iPhone model each year with acceptable trade-in every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Your home or business is a reflection of you. Now, if you're looking to take it from middling to sizzling, you need the help of your local CertaPro painters and the power of Pro. That's CertaPro's power of listening to your needs and delivering a customized project plan, and the power of doing the job right, on time, and within your budget. Contact CertaPro painters today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
Philadelphia is in a bad place and headed in the wrong direction. We've got to stop this now. Hi, I'm David O., and I'm running for mayor to turn this city around with common sense solutions, good government reforms, and hard work. Our number one problem is crime. I'm a former Philadelphia prosecutor, so I've actually fought crime, and I know how to effectively reduce murder and violence in our neighborhoods. On Tuesday, November 7th, say no to the status quo and vote for David O. Paid for by Citizens for David O. Hi, I'm David O., and I approve this message.
Guys, if you have the brains of a quarterback but the belly of a lineman, don't throw in the towel. Hi, this is Dr. Avidan Appel from Iron Mountain Men's Health. If diet and exercise haven't worked for you in the past, it's time to try Ozempic, the prescription injectable that's sweeping the nation. Ozempic patients have reported losing up to 15% of their body weight. Now that's a smart play. Book your free consultation today at ironmountainmenshealth.com. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health.
The September sell-off at Fred Beans is here. Summer's over and we're clearing the lots for new 2024 models. With 30 days to sell 2,400 vehicles, we're making deals. Drive home with zero down payment or 0% APR, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on select new vehicles. Also, shop certified used vehicles starting as low as $4,000. This is our major sale of the year with huge savings on over 4,500 vehicles priced to sell.
See why it's better at
Call 267-362-3019 for full details.
We're back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw $5 on any of this week's epic matchups to walk away an instant winner. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Football's more fun when you're in on the action. So download the app now and sign up with the code Fanatic. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, with the code Fanatic. The crown is yours. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic. Win $1,000 right now. 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash.
It is 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash. Your chance to win $1,000 and a brand new 2023 Birds Kelly Green jersey. Oh, man, those jerseys are everywhere right now. Text the word STYLE to 45911. That's STYLE, S-T-Y-L-E, to 45911. Or you can enter it on the Fanatic app or at 975thefanatic.com. One winner selected at random will win $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners will get a call from Beasley, so be sure to answer your phone. Complete rules at 975thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash is presented by Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. Demand Rand. Call 1-800-90-LEGAL. Please never text and drive. Good luck. Good Monday, game day morning, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas, broadcasting live from Coco's Crush Bar and Grill in sunny, beautiful, might I say, paradise, Robert Grossman, Clearwater, Florida. Just minutes away from Tampa, where the Eagles will come in with thousands of Eagles fans behind them, getting ready to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that fraudulent 2-0 team against a real 2-0 team in the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been saying this since last Monday. All right, so the Eagles played week 2 on Thursday night. We did the reaction show on Friday, and everybody was still kind of nervous, right? Kind of nervous. So 1 week ago to this date, I think today's the game where we start feeling better. I think going into tonight's game, we're going to go into it going, all right, can this be the game that Jalen Hurts, breaks through? Can the defense look better? I think all those questions that you have are answered with positive answers tonight. I really do. I don't see that this defense that is, by the way, banged up is going to be able to stop Jalen Hurts and this offense. I think this is the breakout game for A.J. Brown. I know it's supposed to be a little rainy, but we'll see. It could just be a Florida rain where it's downpours for 1 second and it's gone for another. But A.J. Brown, you saw what happened on the sideline last week. He claims that had nothing to do with lack of targets. That's what he said. I believe him, even though the next 3 passes were all to A.J. Brown, and 2 of them could have been touchdowns. One was taken back because of a penalty, and then the other had the pass interference that they somehow didn't call, which was insane. But I think this is the big day for Jalen Hurts. This is the big day for A.J. Brown. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do on the ground. Is it another DeAndre Swift show? Or is Kenneth Gainwell, now that he's back, is he going to get some more carries? Will he look like he did in that first drive against the Patriots? Remember, he did look good in the first drive. It kind of went downhill after that, but he looked good in that first drive against New England. The Eagles have gone up against Bill Belichick. They've gone up against the defense led by Brian Flores. Even though that defense wasn't really talented in Minnesota, it's a good defensive mind in Brian Flores. Now, Todd Bowles is a good defensive mind, too, so that's something to keep an eye on. But I do think that through 2 weeks, they got the job done. They got the 2 wins. They're 2-0. You could look around the NFL. There are teams that are 0-3. There are teams that are 1-2. The Cincinnati Bengals, they play today as well. They could fall to 0-3 if they lose. The Eagles are 2-0. That's the best thing. The best thing out of all this, as ugly as it's been, they've pulled out the 2 wins. And we all know how hard it is to win the NFL. As cliche as that is, it is true. And I know, the key word for the cash contest was style, right? Ray and I were talking about this right before we got on the air. Style points. Everybody loves style points. Al Michaels and Herbie were talking about it during the broadcast, that it wasn't a sexy win for the Eagles. I don't care. You know what's sexy? Winning. Sexy is being 2-0. And I think the Eagles finally break through tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you just look at the quarterback matchup alone, okay? I know everybody likes Baker Mayfield because of the commercials, right? Other than that, the guy's not a good quarterback. I heard somebody from Tampa Bay on Friday with the John Kincaid in the morning shows that J.P. Peterson or whatever the Spider-Man's guy's name was, he was on talking, Baker's looked good so far. Okay, I don't care if Baker's looked good so far. Ultimately, Baker's trash, okay? And the Eagles front will get home. The only thing that he can do to survive is what the other offenses have done through 2 weeks. Get the ball out quick. But this time, the Eagles aren't banged up. Yeah, Nakobe Dean's still going to be out. But last week, we talked about the Eagles' defense and how many yards they gave up and blah, blah, blah. First off, they had a 27-7 lead. I played a clip from Darius Slay's podcast last week. And he talked about how it's annoying that people think that the defense isn't playing well because of the amount of yards they've given up. Well, that's what happens when you have a big lead. You start playing 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. You don't want the big play over your head so that all of a sudden they score and not much time ticks off. And so what the Patriots have done, what the Vikings have done, they've gone underneath. They've gotten yards. They try to get back into the game. And then ultimately the Eagles, when they need a score, they'll get that job done. And I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to beat the Eagles defense tonight. There's no way. There has not been anything that I've seen from Tampa Bay, even though that they have won their first 2 weeks. There has been nothing that I've seen out of Tampa Bay where I go, oh, man, that's something you got to be worried about. I love Mike Evans. I love Chris Godwin. Who's throwing the football? Baker Mayfield. And then you look at the front. Okay, yeah, they have some beefy guys on that defensive line. The Eagles have the greatest offensive line in the NFL. They have the best offensive line in the NFL, and you saw that last week when DeAndre Swift rushes for 175 yards when that wasn't even the original plan in the game plan. So tonight, Eagles-Bucks, it's a 2-0 versus 2-0. One's real and one's fraudulent, and I can't wait for it tonight. 610-632-0975, the number to climb in. I got Ray Dunn back at the studio, so Connor Thomas has been with me the last couple of weeks. Connor's going to be working on our night shift for the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how that goes. I'm still obviously in the hosting chair for the time being, but I got my man Ray Dunn who's back at the station. Ray, good morning.
Good morning to you.
So what's it been like back at home, right? I've been here
Dreary,
in sunny
rainy.
Well, yeah, I get that.
Awful.
But what's the vibe? So you worked over the weekend. Did you do Saturday and Sunday?
I did.
Okay. What has been the tone of the fan base? Because I've been trying to push this since last Monday that there is no way they lose tonight. I had guys tweeting at me, this could be a trap game. And look at the line. And screw Vegas for a second, okay? Vegas can be wrong. I don't think Vegas expected Miami to score 70 points yesterday, all right? Sometimes Vegas isn't correct. And sometimes people say 2-0 versus 2-0. Oh, this could be a tight matchup. I don't see one area where the Buccaneers outplay the Eagles. I don't see one. So I'll ask you, what's the tone of the city been the last couple days?
The tone has felt pretty much of, hey, offensively, we're just going to wait for Hurts to be better. I used the word faith yesterday because everyone continues to preach faith in Hurts. And it's like you can't say anything about this offense. You can't critique a little thing you've seen with this offense without the preface of, but I've got faith in Jalen Hurts. Don't worry. I've got faith in Jalen Hurts. But so I think the offense for a lot of people has been, oh, yeah, they're going to figure out it's going to click at some point. And this, to a lot of people, I feel like seems like the day they expect that to happen because, the long layoff, the Buccaneers, you're going to be able to get after them. And they really think that this could be something that jumpstarts this team offensively. On the defensive side, I think the one thing that people have harped on is slot corner and what you're going to do there, whether Godwin's going to be able to expose you there, and obviously Evans. But really, I get the sense that a lot of people feel pretty comfortable about where we're at right here. It's just I think it's a lot of the anxiety of waiting so long that has got people overthinking this. Because I, myself, have felt like I've looked so much back at that game and at this game right now that my head's kind of spinning on this matchup. And I'm like, I think I know what I know, but at this point I've seen it so many times, I just want it to happen.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. The 10-day layoff is a big deal. And the Eagles won week 2, but it wasn't like they won. Again, it wasn't a sexy win. So people keep thinking about, like, what's going on with the Eagles? What's wrong with the Eagles? And I'll just keep pointing out other areas around the league. The Cincinnati Bengals are 0-2 and could be 0-3 tonight. A lot of people predicted the Eagles and Bengals to be the two teams that face off in the Super Bowl. Well, one team's 2-0 and one team's 0-2. So, I don't understand why we're so down in the dumps at times. But I think you're right. I think the 10-day layoff is a pretty big part of that. And I'm hoping that tonight we start getting rowdy. I'm hoping tonight we're back to that level of confidence. And I will tell you right now, Ray, I feel like I'm at home, okay? There are Eagles fans all over the place. And I'm going to talk about this more as the show goes on. But I'm down here in Clearwater with Vince from Philly Sports Trips, and he flew a bunch of Eagles fans down. There are people down here that just came on their own, right? They did not come down with Philly Sports Trips. I don't see why you wouldn't do that because Philly Sports Trips does it right. But there are so many Eagles fans. Just 5 minutes ago, right, I walked to there's a coffee shop down the street.
Ooh, it sounds
and
nice.
I said, you know what? I need one more cup of Joe because I've had a lot of fun this weekend, as the morning show kind of talked about. So I need that extra bit of energy going into this show today, even though I'm kind of high on life because the Eagles are about to play Monday night against the Buccaneers. But I said, you know what? Let me get a little bit more in me, a little bit more of energy. And just the 5-minute walk to the coffee shop and the 5-minute walk back, I probably got 50 Go Birds. Now it helps that I'm wearing my Eagles shirt, but there's just Go Birds. Whether I'm initiating it or somebody else is initiating it, you're hearing Go Birds nonstop. I did 800 Eagles chants yesterday with different people to the point where I was like, oh, man, we're doing this again? All right, well, I'm not going to not. Like it is just all over the place. And I just can't imagine that you give us 3 hours of tailgating, 4 hours, 5 hours of tailgating, because everybody's here, they're off work. Right? Everybody's down here is on vacation. So you're giving Eagles fans a lot of time to get juiced up for tonight's game. It's going to feel like a home game in Tampa.
Oh,
It's been a lot of fun, man.
Even if you have, I think they were guesstimating 60-40, that 40 of Philadelphia is going to be much, much louder, much more into it. I think it's going to be rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be a loud 40, like you said. One of my Uber drivers, and I love this because they all think that we're really scary people, but then they realize that we're actually really nice. We're just louder than everybody else. But I asked one of my Uber drivers, I was, what's it like here in Tampa? He goes, well, it's kind of back. The Brady era kind of brought Buccaneers fans back, but that was a quick 2 years, and it's gone. So, like, they're not really feeling great about 2 years ago, the Super Bowl. They're Super Bowl champions. But that's because of Tom Brady, and now Tom Brady's gone. So there's still life as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, but not that same level of excitement. They don't care about Baker Mayfield. They really don't. No. So I know it's going to feel like Lincoln Financial Field South. We always talk about Citizens Bank South, right, the National Stadium. This is going to become Lincoln Financial Field South tonight when we're at Raymond James Stadium. I want to hear from you today, 610-632-0975. Eagles Bucks tonight. The Eagles, I think, will vanquish a lot of our nerves tonight. I think we're going to be feeling a lot better. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jalen Hurts does with 10 days off, what Brian Johnson, the offensive coordinator, comes up with after 10 days. I did not like the game plan going into the Minnesota game, but he made the right adjustment, and that's all that matters, right? Ultimately, that's all that matters. You made the right adjustment, and you stuck with the run, and you kept going over and over and over again with the run, and it worked to the tune of 175 yards, okay? So it's going to be a big party today. I want to hear from you. I want to celebrate tonight's game, but I also want to celebrate something else that happened yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys lose to the Arizona Cardinals, that awful team with that terrible head coach. Jonathan Gannon beat the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. That is hysterical. It's hilarious. I want to talk about this game today with you, and I want to do something fun. I will let you know what we're going to do next, but I want you to think of that Dallas Cowboys fan that is in your life. We all have it. Could be a fake friend. Could be a family member that you just feel bad for. Well, you don't because they're a Cowboys fan. But it could be a friend. Could be a coworker. Could be a family member. Just think of that Cowboys fan during the break, okay? And then I will tell you something that I want to do all show long with you. We're just going to leave them a nice little message. 610-632-0975. I love it. I can't believe they lost to Josh Dobbs. Like, that's embarrassing. I love it. And the Eagles are going to be 3-0 and on top of the division. 610-632-0975. I'm Andrew Sal. Shoot us right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let me tell you about FanDuel Sportsbook. Snap in action this NFL season with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. This is what I tell you to do all the time. Use the $5 on an SGP, right? Try to get a big payout, couple $100. If it doesn't hit, oh, well, you have $200 in guaranteed bets, and you know that I'm going to cook up something. I got all day. So I'm going to be in the lab cooking up an SGP. I'll be texting some buddies back home, make sure that we can get that in because, I'm down in Florida. But if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get on all the action. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, futures, you name it. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL. You got to be 21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The Birds are finally back. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Discover. Discover credit cards do something awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned doubled. See terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Finally, some Eagles football. It's felt like forever. The long layoff after the Thursday Night Football win over the Vikings will finally come to an end as a battle of 2-0 teams in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers tonight, 7:15 on ABC. Eagles looking to start 3-0 and back back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1992 and 1993. No Quez Watkins, no Boston Scott tonight for the Birds. Looking around at the rest of the NFL on Sunday, the Cowboys were shocked by Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals, 28-16 in Arizona. The Commanders, well, they were crushed by the Bills, 37-3, and the Dolphins put up 726 yards of offense. Yeah, I said that right, 726 yards of offense, and 70 points. 70 points on the Broncos, winning 70-20. Looking at baseball, the Phillies swept the Mets, a 4-game sweep, and now the Phillies can clinch on Tuesday night. Castellanos homered. Christopher Sanchez looked great through 7 innings. Orion Kirking made his debut in the 8th, struck out 2. The Phillies win 5-2. The magic number now down to 1. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic presents Kelly Green Cash. It's your chance to win $1,000 cash 5 times a day every week. Listen at 8, 10, noon, 3, and 5 for your chance to win $1,000 cash. And every Fanatic winner in our company-wide contest will also win a brand new 2023 Birds Kelly Green jersey. 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash. Every weekday at 8, 10, noon, 3, and 5. Presented by Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. Demand Rand. Call 1-800-90-LEGAL and 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
I just turned 40, and life is busier than ever. My daughter is heading off to college next year. We're in the process of renovating our kitchen. And with my brother leaving town, I'm checking on my parents more often. It wasn't until my best friend suddenly lost her husband, and seeing that firsthand made me realize how important life insurance is. So I asked her who she worked with, and she told me SelectQuote. I called SelectQuote the next day, and a licensed insurance agent found me a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. With coverage and a price like that, I finally have peace of mind, even amidst the craziness of life.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance at 1-800-707-1515. That's 1-800-707-1515. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-707-1515. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol, William Grant & Sons Inc., New York.
September savings are here and prices are falling at Barlow Buick GMC in Woodbury. With a huge selection of vehicles in stock and low financing options available, now is the time to get a new vehicle from Barlow Buick GMC. At Barlow, they treat their customers like family and always provide honest pricing and dedicated service. Stop by the dealership in Woodbury or visit them online at barlowautogroup.com. Come see what sets them apart from the rest. Experience the new Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Exergen thermometers are proven to be more accurate than non-contact thermometers. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Clinical studies have proven that non-contact thermometers are inaccurate and can miss fevers. Accuracy matters. That's why the Exergen thermometer is trusted and used by medical professionals. Exergen thermometers are available at Walmart and other participating retailers. Choose a trusted and accurate thermometer for personal use. Learn more about why accuracy matters at Exergen.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tonight after the game, don't miss the Fanatic Birds postgame show, sponsored by Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
Meanwhile, at the New Jersey Lottery Scratch-Offs Division.
Team, let's load up the truck to deliver these new loaded scratch-offs.
All right.
Loaded with $2,000 and $5,000 top prizes. $10,000 top prizes are loaded.
$20,000 loaded and ready to roll.
Now that's a truckload of more top prizes and more chances to win.
Play the new loaded Scratch-Offs. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Easy on the turns, Jerry.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Philly sports. We're born into it. 97.5, The Fanatic.
(10:22) 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas, broadcasting live from Coco's Crush Bar and Grill in sunny Clearwater, Florida, as we are getting set for Week 3 when the Eagles take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium. And I can't wait, because this is the game. Let's go, Birds. We got a packed crowd right now. Let's go, Birds. We're drinking at 10:20. I love it. We got this is the game that makes everybody feel better. All right, I'm telling you right now, this is the game that makes everybody feel better. We'll be flying back to Philly, celebrating a win and celebrating what I think could be a dominant win, and I can't wait to see it. 10 o'clock hour brought to us by Window Nation. Take advantage of Window Nation's 50% off sale on all style windows, plus make no down payment with no payments and no interest for 12 full months. Call 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. And also, it is a football Monday, a game day football Monday. And Football Mondays on the Fanatic is presented by Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors. Visit nopaybryant.com for flexible spending options on a new heating and cooling system. Obviously, we're going to talk Eagles all show long as we get set for Week 3 tonight, Monday Night Football. But I do want to do something and celebrate what happened last night. The Dallas Cowboys lose to the Arizona Cardinals. That awful franchise, and I mean the awful franchise as in the Arizona Cardinals, right? Like, that is a terrible franchise, and they have an awful head coach who deserves to be in prison for what he did to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And then, of course, that team just stinks, right? In general, that team stinks. They've really no talent whatsoever. And yet they beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-16 yesterday. Dak Prescott in the red zone. It was a 2-score game. Wouldn't have really made that much of a difference because there's only 3 minutes left, but you never know what could happen, especially against a bad team like Arizona. And Dak throws a pick, an awful interception. Everybody's been pointing, oh, Dak, he's looking so much better through 2 weeks. Wrong. What an awful interception. He throws it right to one of the players on Arizona, right in the end zone, and that's how the game ends. Cowboys lose 28-16. They fall to 2-1, and everybody was so scared. Ooh, the Dallas Cowboys. Look how good their defense is. The offense looks so much better. They got rid of Zeke, so now Tony Pollard's going to be the reason why they finally break through this year. No. because this is what happens. It's just like the Mets in September, who just got eliminated from the playoffs this weekend. They always fall short. The Dallas Cowboys always grab the hype early on in the season, and then what happens? They fall apart. It's the same story year in and year out. It is the best running sequel, trilogy, whatever you want to call it. It happens every single year at the Dallas Cowboys, and it's been happening since the 90s, and it's beautiful. So the Cowboys lose yesterday, and I hope that makes a lot of people feel better, because I know that the Eagles going 2-0 and looking not great, but obviously enough to get the job done, just them not looking great isn't the reason why people were kind of down. I think because the Cowboys look so good through 2 weeks, and the San Francisco 49ers have looked pretty good through 3 weeks, I think those teams looking good, you could say better than the Eagles, have made people feel a little bit worse about the Birds. But then last night happens, and the Cowboys lose, and I want to celebrate it. So what I want to do today on the phones all day at 610-632-0975, I want you to call in, and I want you to, let's say, leave a message, okay? You're going to be live on the air, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to call in, and you're going to leave a nice little note, a nice little message for that Cowboys fan that is a friend of yours or a coworker. So you don't have to be friends with your coworkers, right? Like, I don't like Ray.
Great point.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to be friends with your coworkers, but you want to leave a nice little message for him? Do it. How about that family member? I know Tyrone Johnson, he has a cousin that he doesn't talk to because he's a Cowboys fan. Well, maybe this is a good day for Tyrone to leave a message. Maybe reconnect with the cousin a little bit. Leave a message. Tell him that you're thinking of him today. And let's make fun of those Cowboys fans today. So I want you to call in 610-632-0975 and leave a message for somebody in your life, that annoying Cowboys fan, that thorn in your side, even though they really have nothing to be tough about because their team loses every single year and it's an embarrassment for them every single year, and we just enjoy it. But leave a message for a Cowboys fan today. So we'll be doing that throughout the show as well as we get set for the Eagles game. Ray, that game last night for the Cowboys, yesterday afternoon into the evening, them losing to the Arizona Cardinals is hysterical to me.
It's beautiful. It's really just truly beautiful. Getting to watch that as it happened, and the perfect ending of it all being the fact that Dak was just trying to throw something in there, the way that they really thought that they were going to be able to put up 2 scores in the final 3 minutes and make something happen, the way they were going. Also, the play call and seeing them just fall apart late, where it's, let's run the ball for a couple minutes here and see if we can take some time off the clock while you're down 2 scores. Like, seeing them all together, every little mistake as it's happening, because I'm sitting there watching with my roommate, and I'm watching it from the lens of, obviously, the Eagles fan, like, oh, this is fantastic, but also, like, how are you not more prepared for what you're going to get out of Jonathan Gannon, and also more able to just dominate a Cardinals team that stinks? This is a team.
You know why they couldn't? As much as I hate Jonathan Gannon, I think he's a terrible head coach, McCarthy's worse. McCarthy just was so lucky to have Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers was so unlucky to have McCarthy, because Rodgers probably should have won 2 or 3 Super Bowls when he was in Green Bay, but they couldn't do that because that boob of a head coach, he's such a moron, and I love that he's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm looking at the TV in front of me right here. They got Sean Payton, right? Remember all the fear that we had of Sean Payton go to the Dallas Cowboys? Well, maybe that wouldn't have made that much of a difference, and we'll talk about Sean Payton later on. You found some audio, which is awesome.
I can't stand that dude. I can't stand that dude.
He blew up the Saints. He blows up the Saints organization, decides to go into the media for a year, and then it goes, I want to coach again. Give me another good opportunity. And so far, the Denver Broncos are now 0-3. Think about these head coaches that have won a Super Bowl and have then all of a sudden been considered great head coaches, right? Like Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl. And so, you got to respect him. Wrong. Sean Payton, you got to respect him. He's such a good head coach. Wrong. These guys don't know what they're doing. And it makes you appreciate Nick Sirianni even more. It really does, because Sirianni is so detailed. I know that people sometimes get annoyed with him, or they think of the whole pandering thing. He is a great head coach. And every single year he has gotten better. And so I'm feeling great. I just feel so good about tonight's game. Like, I am in such a good place right now. I got my coffee in front of me. Like, I'm acting like I'm on vacation right now, Ray. Like, I feel so
Word
good.
on the street is you really are acting like it's vacation. Having yourself a time.
That is true. I'm having a good time. But it's because I'm stress-free right now, man. Like, I've come out of 2 Eagles games, not disappointed, but going, all right, there are things that they can do better. And I think that happens tonight. I don't see anywhere. Like, I'll ask you, Ray, where is the area of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you go, oh man, we gotta watch out for that one?
And that's the problem with me. I think it comes more back to shortcomings you've seen so far with the Eagles than it does anything else with the Buccaneers. You're more concerned about your own team showing up to deliver it. Do I think they can out-talent them regardless of what happens, like what we've seen in the first 2 weeks? Yeah. Like that's part of why I don't have concern over the game. It's just, okay, if they really don't look like they're getting into a rhythm early on, and that's like my big thing today. That's the one. I want to see them in a rhythm. They've scripted out a good start to both of the first 2 games where they've gotten down in the red zone. They haven't capitalized there. That's another thing I'd love to see. But the first half, I haven't seen them establish that rhythm that we got so used to. Like the second quarter Eagles, here we go, just dominating teams early on. They've made good adjustments at halftime. I liked in the Patriots game, second half, oh yeah, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, they're on this team. You started throwing the ball to them more. Second half against the Vikings, you make the adjustment to run the football, and you run it right down that defense. So I think, to me, it's about getting that rhythm early and starting to see more of what you expect out of Hurts. And again, it goes back to what the Eagles are. It doesn't do much for me what the Buccaneers are. There's some talent there. You know, they've got a good run defense so far. Part of that's because Vita Vea is great. They have good linebackers, but also part of that's because look at their schedule so far. The Vikings and the Bears combined right now 0-6.
Yeah, and do we feel better like now about this Vikings game? The Vikings put up a lot of points again yesterday. They fall to 0-3. Everybody, oh my God, the Eagles let Kirk Cousins throw for over 300 yards. Well, he's a professional quarterback. He's Justin Jefferson, and he did that again yesterday. Kirk Cousins will be around 300 yards every single week. And the Eagles got the win, and they're 2-0. The Vikings are 0-3. I'll keep on doing that. I will point out all the teams that are supposed to be contenders for at least their division, right? And you look at the records. 2-0 is a lot better than 0-3. It's a lot better than 0-2. It's a lot better than 1-2. It's a lot better than 2-1 because I think the Eagles go to 3-0 today. So I don't understand this nervous energy, but I do think it's starting to turn. And like you said in the first segment, Ray, I think the 10-day layoff might be a big part of it. I want to talk about it all day long with you. 610-632-0975, and also the Dallas Cowboys' embarrassing loss yesterday should be celebrated. And I want you to leave a voicemail for somebody in your family, somebody in your life, family, friend, coworker that is a Cowboys fan. Leave them a nice little message. You can always tell them to go back on the podcast, right where we broadcast live on YouTube, even though we don't have the feed going. We have the audio feed going. You could send them back to the YouTube link, the podcast link on 975thefanatic.com and say, hey, check out this. I left you a message. I brought you up on the air. I talked about you. You mean so much to me. And then send them to the exact moment where you made your call and have them listen to it. And I want to go to Alex and Bryn Mawr right now because Alex wants to leave the first voicemail. Alex, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey, what's going on? I wanted to leave a voicemail for my coworker, the Dallas fan.
All right. Can you get a little closer to the phone for me?
Yeah, I'm close to the phone. I think somebody's trying to call me at the same time. Hold on, let me hang up on them. Hello?
It's probably there. He's probably trying to stop your voicemail. So you said it's your coworker.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about your coworker. How much does this guy get on your damn nerves with his Cowboys love?
What? He wears Cowboys hats, Cowboys shirts. He got our work shirt with a Cowboy star on it. He called me every time the Eagles on saying our offense is stagnant. Heck is better than Jalen Hurts. He be talking real crazy all the time.
Yeah, how's he feeling today? Have you talked to him?
Oh, today he didn't come in with his Cowboys hat on.
So he can't. He's no longer a fan. He's no longer. He's not chesty anymore. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to leave your voicemail, Alex. To give us his name, and then how you feel about that Cowboys loss yesterday, because we know that you're thinking of him.
Okay.
Go for
ready
it.
now?
Yep.
All
go
right.
for it.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Maurice from the DPP, the Dallas fan. They got rump roasted, they got exposed, and Eagles gonna show them how it's done tonight, baby.
Damn right, that's perfect, Alex. And we'll make sure you send a note to Reese and let him know what time that you were on the air and have him listen back to that nice little voice message. Now I want a little bit more. That was quick and to the point, but Ray, I want a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, like I want you to point out how bad Dak Prescott looked yesterday and how Tony Pollard isn't the answer, right, just because they got rid of Zeke. Mr. CeeDee Lamb, yeah, how did he do yesterday? He wasn't even their leading receiver. Josh Dobbs beat them, and Josh Dobbs threw for like 6 yards. They lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and I love that, and that should be celebrated. So let's go. Let's get another one, and I know that this one – I know this one's going to be a good one. Let's go to Provolone Joe. What's up, Joe? It's been a while. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man.
All right. How good are you feeling about tonight's game first? Let's start with that.
Well, here's what I tell you, man. Tonight's a coming out party. They're gonna show up and show out, and I expect them to win by at 13 pulling away. I mean, I think that they'll let up a last minute score to make it closer, but I don't even see this thing being nearly as close as people think.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like we're talking ourselves out of like the Eagles playing well because of the Eagles, right? Like, Ray made a good point. We're more concerned about the Eagles than we are the Bucks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I do think that this is the week. Through 2 weeks, Brian Johnson's still getting a feel for things, and Sean Desai, he's got to maybe keep the foot on the gas pedal a little bit longer defensively, but you feel good about him going into tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to my buddy right about the Dallas game, and I came up with something that was so funny, and we were laughing. You know what? This happens every year to Dallas. They got a bad case of premature ejaculation. They just do. That's what they got. And we were dying laughing because it's so Dallas, man. They win one, they win two. All of a sudden, they're a Super Bowl.
They're back to America's team, and look out, and all the cockroaches start coming out. There was a guy 2 days ago, Provolone, that had the balls to come in. Look, there's Eagles fans all over the place, but Vince, our man Vince from Philly Sports Trips, he had a happy hour, and it was all Eagles fans, and this guy had the balls to come in wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt, and I loved everybody started booing, everybody started chanting Dallas sucks.
What about Andrew's teacher? The daycare teacher. Come on, anybody work
Oh, my God. Yeah. She's probably not chirping anymore.
I got a question for Andrew. Did you talk to her yet? Because I would have made that call first thing this morning.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. But I'm in Florida, man. I'm enjoying myself right now.
Yeah, listen, it's great. I was so glad they lost last night, but I really think because San Fran won, because Dallas lost, everybody else in the division lost, the Eagles are not going to let this opportunity go to waste. This game just became so much more important than ever. Honestly,
damn right.
This game is circled like this is the one where you put Tampa Bay in their place. They're 2-0. Great job. Now be 2-1. Eagles deserve to be 3-0, and they're going to do that. I mean, they're going to bring it tonight. I really think so. I don't see any problem with this game tonight. Honestly, I just don't, unless they hurt themselves. They can only beat themselves. That's all.
Yep, and I don't think that happens tonight. Now, who are you leaving a voicemail for?
Listen, my sister. I got to get her. She turned into a Giants fan. She married a Giants fan.
Oh,
but with that, she has a hatred towards the Eagles now. So when the Eagles play anybody.
Wait, she became a hater of the Eagles?
Exactly, the worst.
So, and she was an Eagles fan too? Like previously?
Absolutely. She didn't have a choice. You're born into this, you know?
What?
She didn't have a choice.
How do you change and then all of a sudden hate?
The worst part is she took my two nephews with her. That's what I can't stand.
So
you take my nephews with you on the dark side. I can't let that go. And then you want to root against them every chance you get. You know what? The Giants suck, and Dallas sucks worse. And my sister is the epitome of a Fugazi fan.
Oh God! All right. Well, let her have it. Let it rip.
You want her to rip now?
Yeah, go for it. They leave the message after the beep. Beep.
Go ahead. Listen, years ago, you broke our heart and became a Giants fan. And then all of a sudden, you started hating on the Eagles because the Giants stink. Well, last night, rooting against anybody that could hurt the Eagles, you actually started rooting for Dallas. You're out. You're out of the family. You're not invited to any more holidays. You're done. It's over. Get out.
Listen, had to be done, Joe. Thanks for the call. That had to be done. That must have hurt. It's his own sister. Now that's the thing that confuses me. I don't agree with the notion of becoming a Giants fan because of your spouse. I mean, you actually have an Eagle fan father and a Giants fan mother, so you know what's going on. She not only changes to being a Giants fan, but then goes to hating the Eagles after supporting them. I hope she's okay.
I mean, I'm the product of the interfandom marriage. Neither parent turned. Just made him more of a fan. I don't get how you make
They were original fans. Like, imagine if your mother then became an Eagles fan and then started hating the Giants.
It's weird.
Like,
weird
he
behavior.
said in that voicemail that she started rooting for the Cowboys last night.
Which also,
and she's a Giants fan.
Yeah,
which is weird.
As a Giants fan, that's the one thing my family's always agreed upon. Like, that's the one thing we sit down. Like, 425 Cowboys are on the TV. No matter which side you're on, Giants, Eagles, you're sitting down and cheering against the Cowboys. That was the coolest thing in the world. I don't
that's
know.
when you guys actually came together. That's
Right.
good.
That was the only time on Sunday where we were all, together and happy. And, we came back as a family on Monday and enjoyed one another's presents. But
oh, man.
That's disgusting. A Giants fan rooting for the Cowboys. Forget the Eagles part of it. And then bring the Eagles part in. That's bad. That's really bad.
That's really bad.
I hate
All
that.
right, so I see Jake and Rashid. They're going to leave some voicemails, too. So this is what we're doing. Call in at 610-632-0975. I want you to leave a voicemail. I want you to leave a message for one of those Cowboys fans in your lives. We all have it, right? And sometimes we feel bad for them. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you go, oh, man, that must suck. Like, you're coming to the family party and you're not in agreement with everyone. You're not having a good time like everybody else. Or sometimes you're just uninvited. Like Provolone Joey uninvited his sister on the air from all family parties, which is just crazy. But look, it had to be done. I want you to call in and leave a voicemail for that Cowboys fan, whether it's friend, family, coworker, whether you like them or not. I want you to leave a voicemail for that cockroach Cowboys fan. They were peacocking around for 2 weeks, and they lose to one of the worst teams in football yesterday. All you got to do is call 610-632-0975. We got the Vault coming up at 11 with Ray Dunn. Ray, you're back in the chambers of the Vault, man. How do you feel?
Oh, I was very excited. I'll be honest. There was something when I got that schedule where I saw the Vault in my eyes, and I was like, I got to get ready for that. So I'm ready
Now,
to go.
this is strange because you and I are together now.
Right.
And it's like, we can't even battle about the Vault anymore.
No. We'll just fight on the same side of good Vaults for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because we're the fellow Eagles fan.
Yes.
We come together, and we support the same cause. So from here on out, we're just going to support a good Vault.
That's
from here
right.
on. Is
We're
that
just
good?
Vaultsmen over everything else.
Exactly. So the Vault comes your way at 11 o'clock, 610-632-0975. But I'm going to get to all your calls as well, all your voicemails. I can't wait for it. I just want to continue to rip Cowboys fans all day long. And, of course, talk about the game tonight. Eagles, Bucks in Tampa. And I think this is going to be like it's going to be basically another home game. Right? I know the last week was the home opener for the Eagles. It's basically like week 3 is another home game because there's so many Eagles fans down here, and I can't wait to celebrate tonight's win with everybody as well. 610-632-0975. I'm Andrew Salchunas, right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles return to action. I'm Ray Dunn, and this update is brought to you by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and stuff like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you. Finally, we get some Eagles football. Another Eagles list Sunday has gone by. The long layoff after the Thursday night football win over the Vikings finally done. Battle of 2-0 teams in Tampa Bay tonight with the Buccaneers at 7:15 on ABC. Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since the 1992-1993 seasons. No Quez Watkins, no Boston Scott for the Birds tonight. Looking at the NFL slate on Sunday, the Cowboys shocked by Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals 28-16. The Commanders got crushed by the Bills 37-3. That all sets up for the Birds to have sole possession of first place in the NFC East if they are able to win tonight. The Phillies swept the Mets. They now can clinch a playoff spot on Tuesday. Nick Castellanos homered. Christopher Sanchez looked great, and Orion Kirkering made his debut in the 8th. Struck out 2. That slider looked nasty. The Phillies win 5-2. The magic number all the way down to 1. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
The best show ever. Opinion and conversation on Philly's hot sports topics. Tyrone Johnson, Ricky Batalico, and Jennifer Scordo. This afternoon at 2. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet, $5. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. Just visit FanDuel.com/Scordo, SCORDO, my last name. The app is so easy to use, all kinds of betting options, spreads and player props, overs, unders, a whole lot more. looking ahead to our very own home team in Monday Night Football, I'm sticking with the Birds. It's so easy to build a same-game parlay. Going up against Tampa Bay, Jalen Hurts over on rushing yards, and A.J. Brown anytime touchdown. You know he's going to get in the end zone. And Dallas Goedert, I like him to score first. So visit FanDuel.com/Scordo and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel is the official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present PA first online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey guys, it's Connor Thomas. And throughout all of our lives, we make plans for all kinds of big events and some for our children. And one of those events is where your child should go to college. It's a tough call, right? It is for everyone. So what do you do if college isn't for them at all? What if they're in college and it seems like it was the wrong choice for them? Maybe your son or daughter is always talking sports or creating videos. Well, CSB Media Arts Center is home to Connecticut School of Broadcasting and could be the perfect fit. I mean, it was for me. The world of content creation starts at CSB with audio and video production, podcasting, sports broadcasting, my personal favorite, and more. Get the skills employers, like mine here at 97.5 The Fanatic, need at CSB Media Arts Center in months, not years, and at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year degree. I know because I'm a very proud graduate. Schedule a tour and learn about all of CSB's programs like filmmaking, social media marketing, and even web development. CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Go ahead and check it out at GoCSB.com. That's GoCSB.com.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer, and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Find the brands, inspiration, and great value you need to own your style at Macy's VIP sale. Going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off fall trends and updates. Plus 15% off go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus shop specials and find great deals on top brands at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
It's John Kincaid. We wanted a jaw-dropping backyard paradise. We went to Landis Block and Concrete. LandisBC.com on the web. They have a beautiful showroom in Souderton, Pennsylvania. They call it a store. We call it a showroom because it showcased all of their beautiful materials. We hired our own contractor, but Landis Block knew every single contractor in like a 5-county area that could have done it for us. You need imagination, space, and a budget. But what you really need is Landis Block and Concrete. Go to LandisBC.com on the web.
Is it possible that fast internet could take your business to the next level? With gig speed Wi-Fi from Comcast Business, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/12/2023. Restrictions apply. Eco bill and auto pay required. New 50 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible router.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Whether it's a backyard barbecue, delicious, or a parking lot tailgate, nothing gets the party started like Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal. With Kingsford Matchlight, all it takes is a match. No lighter fluid needed, making it the perfect charcoal for on-the-go get-togethers. Give your food a smoky barbecue flavor and give your crowd something else to cheer about. With Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal, Kingsford's fastest lighting charcoal. Kingsford.com.
Is it time for maintenance on your vehicle? Stop into your locally owned Meineke today for an oil change and get a free tire rotation. Right now, synthetic oil changes is $59.95. Up to 5-quart standard filter plus disposal fees. Tires, brakes, alignments, batteries, exhaust. Meineke, doing car care right.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster. In the back.
The birds are back. Deeks Barbecue is the choice for your tailgate or your home watch party. Deeks will not disappoint. Deeks is the home of the brisket cheesesteak and Philly's finest ribs, serving up some of the area's best barbecue since 2010. Give them a call to order catering by the pan, or for even larger parties, book their food truck to serve Deeks Barbecue anywhere in the tri-state area. You can also watch the game live at their Germantown location with a full bar and plenty of TVs to catch all the action. For more info, visit deeksbarbecue.com.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5, The Fanatic.
So damn proud. 10:51, Andrew Salchunas on this game day Monday. We have the Vault coming up in 9 minutes with Ray Dunn, who's back at the studio. We got people ready to call in to leave their voicemails for their Dallas Cowboys, whoever it is in their life, family member or friend or coworker. I want you to leave a voicemail. Tell them that you're thinking about them today and what you want them to hear during this tough time for them. All you got to do is call 610-632-0975, and we'll allow that to happen. We'll be your platform. And then you have people, tell them when to go back in the podcast and listen to it. So we're gonna have fun with that all day today. Dawood checks in, Ray, and this is scary, man.
Uh-oh.
And we'll talk more about the big story in the NFL later on, which of course has nothing to do with actual field playing field, but it's a certain celebrity that was attending the Chiefs game yesterday.
Oh, it's that Usher's doing halftime, right? That's what everyone's talking about?
Yeah.
Got it.
No. And Robert Grussman, who's sitting next to me, the fine engineer, he's already sick of it because in front of us is, there's 4 TVs in front of us. One is the Golf Channel. The other 3 are Good Morning Football on the NFL Network, First Take, and the Yelling and Screaming show on Fox Sports. Well, they're both Yelling and Screaming. First Take does that too. Undisputed, that's what it's called. All 3 of them at one point all had Taylor Swift at the same time.
Oh,
at the same time.
They leaned all the way into that yesterday.
They're going all in today too. But it's all like right there. It is coming up next. Shake It Off, and they're showing Taylor Swift in the booth.
See, that's what we got to stop. I understand trying to capture the Swiftie audience, but please, Scott Hansen, love the dude. Great job on Red Zone. Yesterday, tried to force multiple blank space puns.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy that. I can understand all of us trying. And listen, I'm one for a good pun every once in a while, but dropping all of these song titles into things, you're losing me. All right? I understand trying to capture the Swiftie audience. They paid $1 billion to go watch her tour the country. I get it. Give them 10 minutes, get your ratings, whatever. But let's stop with the song titles and everything, okay? Please stop trying to work it in. It doesn't sound good.
So here's the problem. So Dawood tweets us during the break, Chunas, I need your help on if this is a violation. I'm not even going to finish the damn tweet, and I'm going to respond to you, Dawood. Yes, it is. He believes this is the beginning of a groundswell. His wife is a huge Swiftie.
Oh, no.
And she is trying to start liking the Chiefs because Taylor Swift is now a Chiefs fan. Which this is terrible because Taylor Swift's an Eagles fan, allegedly, because she's from the area, so she wears the Eagles jersey when she does the concerts in Philadelphia. But I'm sure, like any super musician, they always wear a jersey in the city that they're playing in. Like, it's not really original. But all of a sudden, she's wearing Chiefs gear yesterday. And so now Dawood's wife wants to become a Chiefs fan because of Taylor Swift. I will say this. A, that would be an abomination. all right, to your entire life of being an Eagles fan. How dare you even consider doing that, Mrs. Dawood Spriggs? But here's the other deal. I went on this rant last week. She and Travis Kelce will not get married, okay? Or if they do, it will last like a year or two. You know why? I see right through her, okay? And I don't want the Swifties coming after me because I know you guys are dangerous. Yeah, I'm going to get attacked. And I don't know if the Florida Swifties are worse than the Philly Swifties. I don't know, right? You never know down here.
I would say we're probably the worst.
I'm saying this right through her. She gets in these relationships with guys that are questionable, right? Their character might be questionable, so that she can eventually break up with them and write a new song. Every song has to do with breakups. And she is making I respect it. You know the person that goes all out into the, we have a couple of them in the city, hot take. And they go so deep into the hot take that they actually start believing what they're saying, which is sad.
They become the take.
They become the take. And you know what? Part of me respects it because they go so deep that they're making a living out of it. Taylor Swift makes a living out of breakup songs. And that's why I already said this last week. She's now palling around with all the Joe Jonas ex-lovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to write a song about becoming friends with the fellow ex. I know for a freaking fact that is going to happen. And so next thing will be something Travis Kelce related when they eventually split up. I see right through her. She's getting all the fame. She's being talked about on networks she's normally not talked on about. So she's getting her fame. She's getting the attention. They will break up, and then she will get all these new songs about Travis Kelce. It's going to happen, Ray.
Yeah, but it's great work getting content. It is. I mean, this you have to respect it. At some point, you just got to tip the cap and say, hey, good work, Taylor. Like, this is awesome for her in the sense of there's an NFL game going on, and immediately everyone's question is how she's reacting to things. And also, I got to give props to Donna Kelce, who we've had get the entire media tour. She's had probably one of the great years of all time.
Yeah, double Super Bowl.
Right.
Right, with Jason
Same
and
calendar
Travis.
year.
And now she's hanging out with Taylor Swift?
Yeah. I mean, this is an all-time year for her. Now, the whole Taylor Swift with the Chiefs thing, disappointing. Got to be honest.
You can't do that. Like, show up in, you want to go, white and red colors?
Yeah.
Fine. But you can't have the logo on you.
No.
That takes away from your fandom. And everybody loves her because she sang the national anthem at a World Series game for the Phillies back in 2008. Now I don't want her back. You're a Kansas Cityan now. Stay there.
I don't want to get too deep into this, but I got a lot of thoughts on this. I'll be honest. I had to stop myself yesterday because it might have been my entire feed. I would have just started going out.
Right?
I have a lot of thoughts on this. I really do. Right. There's a lot that goes into this. So when we go around the NFL, I'll give you more on this because I have a lot of thoughts about how this went.
Yeah, because around the NFL, around 12 o'clock will also be the Taylor Swift segment.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts.
Because that's all people care about right now. It's crazy. Let's go to Jake. He wants to leave a voicemail for a Cowboys fan. What's up, Jake? How you doing?
Good. How are you, Andrew?
I'm doing great. So who are you leaving the voicemail for?
All right. So, honestly, this is a totally anonymous person. Never met him in my life, but Saturday, my fiance and I took our 3-month-old son out to the aquarium.
Nice.
And had a wonderful day,
Yep.
And on the way back to my car, I'm walking down the sidewalk. Some dude, first of all, not even wearing any kind of cowboy attire, as he's passing me, doesn't even have the balls to come say it to my face, goes, "Cowboys won the East." And it just ticked me off, And so
you can't do a drive-by like that. Like, you got come on, man.
That's just cowardly.
But that's that shows who they are, right? Because this is what happens. That same man is nowhere to be found today because they lost yesterday. He's not chirping. He's not saying we'll be back. Don't worry. This was a bad loss. We'll be fine. No, he's just not paying attention to anything anymore. Until they start winning again, then he'll be back and he'll be doing more drive-bys.
But guess what? You know what? It's going to be the same thing that happens every year with that team. They're going to make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round because they're just chokers. You can see it already with Dak throwing that pick yesterday. I mean,
that was so bad.
What was he even looking at?
Yeah, he threw it right to an Arizona Cardinals play. I mean, it wasn't even close. Like I loved all the screenshots of like what he was looking at, and you go, "Wow, there was not even like an open Cowboy for a second there."
I know. It looked like me playing Madden out there. I don't know what he was thinking.
All right, Jake, the floor is yours. Leave a message after the beep. Beep.
I would like to say to you, I wish I could just see your faces. You watch those bum Arizona Cardinals and that scrub Jonathan Gannon, wipe the floor with you Cowboys. And I can't wait for you to just exit the first round of the playoffs again like you do every year.
Stick. Oh, my man Stick's here. Jake, I love it. Good job, Jake. What's up, Stick? Stick's here. Ray, Stick's here.
Hey, Stick, how are you?
Stick's here. Ray says hi. That was a great voicemail by Jake to all of the Cowboys Nation. That's what he did it to. It was to everybody because he had that loser do a drive-by. Cowboys are winning the East. Like, oh, God, what is wrong with you? If you want to leave a voicemail for a Cowboys fan, just call 610-632-0975. Doing that all show long today and also talking about the Eagles game tonight against the Bucs when the Eagles will eventually become 3-0 and everything will be a little bit better today. And I think we're coming out of this game feeling better about things moving forward for the Birds. But it's 11 o'clock. It's time now for the Vault.
You know, when we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
Vault presented by Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. Ray, the keys are yours, man.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so what do we got today?
There's only one way to start this vault, right? I mean, we all saw what happened, and luckily, Nick McCone on Twitter, who does a tremendous job with videos like this, goes down the rabbit hole of radio and TV calls of things happening.
Yes.
We got Cowboys radio talking about the end of that game. Let's take you to the goal to go plays and just the arrogance of this broadcast team.
Second and goal at the 7, but only 3.5 minutes left. Dallas down 12. Prescott's under center. They're going to run again. Pollard banging on the left side of the line, down to the 6. It's third and goal.
Yeah, and it's 3. We have 3:24. The clock is ticking. Cowboys are going to run out of time. I don't mean for this touchdown, but they got to figure out a way to get the ball back.
Yeah.
They have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. But
wow, this is an unusual, interesting selection of plays. Third and goal at the 6, but it's 2 down territory. Snap is back. Prescott looking. Now he's throwing in the end zone. It's intercepted. Kazir White intercepted it on the pass to the post and takes a knee for a touchback. First turnover of the year for the Cowboys, and the Cardinals have it back with a 12-point lead.
And it makes it so much better that it's Kazir White, right? With the Eagles last year. He wasn't like all that great, but he wasn't terrible. He didn't kill you last year. Jonathan Gannon scoops him up because he knows him from his time here in Philly. And Kazir White gets the interception. Did you see the close-up of what he said to Dak Prescott in slow-mo? Yeah. He called him a bum, and I love that. I appreciate Kazir White even more today.
He's still an Eagle at heart, I think. Also,
no, I wouldn't say that. But it's just nice that he was the Eagle last year.
Yeah.
And it gets the big pick.
I don't know. He gets that pick. I can get honorary Eagle status for a while.
Okay, for a week. I'll give him honorary status for a week.
All right, you just upset he followed Gannon to Arizona?
Well, because he's with Jonathan Gannon. Like, that's slop, right? Like,
it is
why
slop.
Would you follow
You got
that
paid.
loser?
You got money.
I know he got paid and he got money, but he followed the guy that costed you the Super Bowl. Kazir White could have a Super Bowl ring if it wasn't for Jonathan Gannon. And he's not getting one in Arizona.
No, he's not getting one in Arizona.
So he'll get 1 week of honorary Eagle status.
All right, fine. Also, former Eagle Kevon Wallace filling in for Budda Baker in that game. So
nice.
That's where they're at talent-wise. That's the defense that Dak couldn't beat. One more from Cowboys Radio because they were just going through all the emotions after that loss.
This was a team that could be dangerous. You could see it on tape. They could be dangerous. Don't know if they had to be this dangerous. And the complete meltdown by the Dallas defense in the first half is just shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
It's up for Arizona to figure this one out. And as I am fond of quoting the former head coach of the Cowboys, Bill Parcells, hey, I'm just trying to keep my own house from burning down. But Joshua Dobbs has looked good. He certainly looked good today. He looked good last week. He has yet to throw an interception this season. I mean, the guy was 17 of 21 today and had that huge run on their very first drive to get Arizona the early lead.
So, Zach and Brian, have fun. Have at it. The Cowboys earned this result. Trust me. Sometimes you earn them in a good way, and sometimes you earn them in a bad way. And today they earned a 28-16 beating in the desert, and they cannot get out of this hellhole fast enough.
That's awesome. I love that. It's a great line at the end there. But you know what's so great about all that, Ray? They're talking about Joshua Dobbs as if he's Dan Marino. He's like, oh, man, Joshua Dobbs looked good. I mean, you got to give it to him. He stinks, all right? He looked good against your awful team, which makes me happy. Because, you know, when the Eagles see Josh Dobbs in Week 13, he's not doing anything.
No.
But it's great that he looked so good last week and he looked good again today. Good. I'm glad that he looked good against your awful, embarrassing organization. Now get out of that hellhole and go to the other hellhole that is Dallas.
It's just like, oh, yeah, we put in the tape of them giving up 31 second-half points to the Giants, and we're like, this team could be dangerous. What?
Get the hell out of here. Your team just stinks.
Going through the emotions right now. All right, I got a pair of birthdays for you, and this one is very kind of niche, only things I care about, but everyone cares about what this ended up being at the end of the game. It's Rocco Baldelli's birthday.
Okay.
Now, I want to play this for you because this just kind of gets combed over in the grand talking of Game 5 of the 2008 World Series, but I kind of actually have a legitimate take on this.
And Ben Zobrist is off the bench to bat for Baldelli. Baldelli homered in his last at-bat, and now it's Zobrist. Zobrist lines one into right at Worth. 2 out.
So, 1 out in the 9th. They pinch hit Baldelli for Ben Zobrist. Ben Zobrist, and Major League Baseball career, whatever. Good for him. But the idea that Baldelli, who just hit a home run in this game, gets pinch hit for Zobrist. Late in the game, Zobrist had 1 hit and played in 7 games that postseason. He got lifted in the biggest moment, and they didn't go to Baldelli, who had just hit a home run, is one of the more insane things that the Rays and the whole, Madden's methods and how great he is.
Joe Madden ruined baseball.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you and I are like on the same level of the platform here. I hate Joe Madden because Joe Madden tried changing the game of baseball. And did he win a World Series with the Cubs? Of course he did. Good for him. That team was stacked. It's not like he did all that much. That team was incredible. They were young. They were talented. They had talent all over the diamond. He tried doing anything to ruin baseball, and then he has Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. Can't do anything with the Angels, and that's embarrassing. And then he tries to do that. I forget that part of the game. Right? It's a good call. That's a good call by you.
Well, just because I've been down that rabbit hole one too many times, and every time I'm like, what do you like? I'm happy you're doing it. Thanks, I appreciate it. But why would you ever do that? Dude just hit a home run. He had a home run in the game, tied the game, and you're like, let's take the bat out of his hand for the guy that has 1 hit this postseason.
Yeah. No, I don't like him. I think he tried changing baseball too much, and I know he's a local guy, so every once in a while people come to his defense. Why? Just because he's local? Just because he was born in West Hazleton? Like why should that make me support Joe Madden? No, he tried ruining baseball.
Anyways, happy birthday, Rocco Baldelli.
Joe Madden.
Congrats on the AL pennant in 2008. All right, moving on.
He just had twins, I think, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Rocco Baldelli.
That's very nice. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you, and thanks again, 2008. Moving right along here to another birthday. It's Scottie Pippen's birthday.
All right.
And I could do the whole, Last Dance type things, but I like the drama after the Last Dance. I'm more in on his bitterness to Michael Jordan since then. And this was a great quote from a podcast in May talking about Michael Jordan and team basketball in the NBA.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
I remember when this happened. And I just go, dude, all right, you don't like him. Fine. Leave it at that. You go as far as calling Michael Jordan a horrible basketball player. You don't have to be delusional. You don't have to lie. Why are you doing that?
I mean, it's all time. It's kind of great. I'm kind of all in on that. I love the idea that he's flipped, and people will make the clips of him talking before the Last Dance about Michael Jordan, and then him talking afterwards. And it's
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's my guy.
Things changed a little bit.
Yeah.
After that documentary came out, but it's just crazy. Why? I like we said at the beginning of the of this segment, where there are people in this city that have gone so deep into the hot take that they start believing what they're saying. He truly is going to start believing that Michael Jordan isn't a good basketball player. It's going to probably take another 10, 15 years for him to go on a podcast one day and take back what he said. Well, that's probably not going to happen because isn't his ex-wife now marrying Michael Jordan's son?
They're dating. They're dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought they got
Did they get
engaged,
married?
No,
Oh.
they might be engaged.
Wow.
I remember Michael Jordan said it would be weird for him to attend the wedding.
Well,
I forget.
yeah.
I don't really follow the love life of former Mrs.
Well,
Pippen.
yeah, we're too busy focusing on the modern day love life and what's going on with Travis Kelce, Taylor
Right.
Swift.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
too locked in there. All right, one more for you because it's not a vault with me if we don't go way back in the day. On this date, back in 1965, Satchel Paige pitched at 59 years old. Now, we don't have audio from that game. We do have Satchel Paige talking about how, well, he just pitched every day, and somehow he pitched what he claimed to be 160 games.
And pitched every day, every day. I pitched in 160 some ball games in a row. I did it for 3 years straight.
160?
3 straight.
And there were legends that you pitched double headers.
Yes, I did.
Which is unheard of.
And then, yes, I used to pitch double header. Then you play 3 games a day, a morning game, evening game, and a night game.
Once you pitched a no-hitter in Chicago, I believe. You drove all night to Pittsburgh. No, it was in Pittsburgh. Drove all night to Chicago, and then pitched a shutout in Chicago.
Yeah, but they didn't tell you the little car I was in. They didn't tell you about that. My knees, I didn't ever see where I was going. I didn't know where I was going until I got there.
You didn't mean to go to Chicago.
I was sticking out, I think, back in those days, back in the 20s and on up until now, with pitching. So I just stopped a couple of years ago, and they wanted to know how long was I going to pitch. Now, I didn't know. I just stopped because my wife told me to stop. I could just pitched on. 50, 60 years didn't make no difference with me pitching. You understand what I'm talking about? So I know some of them felt.
I love that. I think about still how Zach Wheeler was robbed of the Cy Young. Was that last year or 2 years ago now?
2 years. 21, right?
Yeah, when Corbin Burns won, who was electric that year. Like, Corbin Burns was incredible. But he averaged like 5 innings a start. And here's Satchel Paige throwing 160 games in a season for 3 straight years.
3 straight years.
And we talk about pitch counts, right? And look, the guy is in the Baseball Hall of Fame, right? So, like, clearly he was also good at it. It's just crazy how things changed. And we got to worry about pitch. Like, oh, my God. The most embarrassing thing was a few weeks ago, that pitcher for the Rays.
Oh.
Remember that? Or no, Seattle. Sorry,
Seattle. Yep. Kirby, right?
Yes, Kirby. He was upset. After the game, he gives up a home run. He goes, I shouldn't have been out there. Like, what? Like, why? How could you say that? Like, so much for having any sort of competitive edge where you say I shouldn't have even been out there. Like, that's such a loser thing to say. And I love how many players came out and just started ripping them. It made me so happy. And then the next day, he apologized to the manager and blah, blah, blah. I don't care, dude. That's exactly how you were feeling. I would never trust him anymore. I would never trust him. Like, I can't give him the ball in a big moment and be like, oh, are you okay with this? Like, it's embarrassing.
5 innings and you're done, buddy. That's what you want.
Yep, the legend of Satchel Paige. Great job, Ray. That's the Vault presented by Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. Looking forward to working with you for the time being, as Connor is now going to be doing some nights with Tom Alvord. So I got Ray. So Ray is back in the saddle of the Vault for the time being. And, of course, we're talking Eagles today. And we're also leaving voicemails for Cowboys fans. I'll reset everything coming up. But also, I just want to talk about Eagles fans coming up next, because Eagles fans are awesome. I've said this to a couple people this weekend. I feel like I'm home. The only difference is palm trees. Like, I see palm trees, and that kind of reminds me I'm not in Philly or, like, down the Jersey Shore, because I'm near water. I'm near a beach. I could go down the Jersey Shore and hang out with the Eagles fans. I think I'm down the Jersey Shore right now at times until I see the trees. There are just Eagles fans everywhere, and they are going to be taking over. We are going to be taking over Raymond James Stadium tonight, and I can't wait to talk about it. I'll just kind of fill you on everything that's been going on this weekend here in Clearwater, because it's been so much fun, and Eagles fans are just having such a great time. And the people that live down here that aren't Eagles fans, they're surprised with how awesome we are, because you always hear the awful stories about, oh, my God, there was a jail at the vet. We're good people. Just a little bit louder sometimes. 610-632-0975. I'm Andrew Salchunas. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. But let me tell you about Meineke, because they've got you covered with semi-synthetic oil changes starting at $29.95 and full synthetic oil changes starting at $59.95. Is your car warning bell dinging? Maybe that check engine light is on. That ding or light can mean a number of things. It could be something as simple as a loose gas cap, right? I mean, no big deal. You just put the gas cap on a little bit tighter. You're good. or it could be something much worse, something more serious, and you may need the attention right away. Find out at your local Meineke. Right now, save $10 when you spend $50, $20 when you spend $100, and $50 when you spend $400 or more. If the bad brakes got you breaking your personal swear jar record, give your brakes and your budget a break with 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. That's an incredible deal. We know how expensive sometimes it can get. 50% off is incredible. Do you also know that Meinekes are locally owned and operated? I did not know that. But I love that they do. So we always talk about supporting local and supporting people that own local businesses. Find out more information about your local Meineke Service Center or to schedule your service appointment today. You can go to Meineke.com. Meineke for tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust, and more. Meineke, doing car care right.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Birds are finally back. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Finally, some Eagles football tonight. The long layoff after the Thursday night win over the Vikings over a week and a half ago now is over. Battle of 2-0 teams in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers, 7:15 on ABC. The Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since the 1992-93 seasons. No Quez Watkins, no Boston Scott for the Birds tonight going into the game. NFL Sunday look around. From some of the finals, we got the Dallas Cowboys shocked by the Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon, 28-16. They lose. The Commanders also lose. They're crushed by the Bills, 37-3. It wasn't the worst whooping of the weekend. The Dolphins put up 726 yards of offense and scored 70 points against the Denver Broncos, winning 70-20 in that one. The Phillies, a 4-game sweep of the Mets, now can clinch a playoff spot on Tuesday. Nick Castellanos homer. Christopher Sanchez looked great. Orion Kirkland made his debut in the 8th. He struck out 2. That slider looked fantastic. The Phillies win 5-2. Magic number down to 1. This update's also brought to you by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at Macy's Backstage store near you. Keep it locked right here for the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's a great time to be a sports fan in Philadelphia.
Let's go! This game is over!
The NFL season is underway. The Phillies are pushing toward a playoff appearance. And right around the corner, the return of the Flyers in the NHL and the Sixers in the NBA. If you want great local sports conversation, this is the place to be all day, every day. All things Philly sports is here. This is 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sports book. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time than right now to get in on the action. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/Bob. The app is so easy to use. There's so many different betting things that you can do. You know what it is. Player props, same game parlays, and of course the lines on the game. So visit FanDuel.com/Bob and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Ricky Metallico to tell you about our friends at Schwartz Culleton. You've heard their ads and their iconic phone number for years. 1-800-JUSTICE. When you've been injured in a car accident, there is no greater resource than an experienced lawyer. The lawyers at Schwartz Culleton have well over 100 years combined experience prosecuting claims on behalf of individuals injured in car accidents. They have helped over 10,000 clients obtain the justice they deserve. The firm has become a bedrock of the Philadelphia community and the surrounding suburbs. From start to finish, they'll help you get your car repaired and ensure you have all the best doctors for your injuries. They have relationships with the top medical specialists and have a strong reputation with the insurance companies. There is no doubt you'll get justice if you call 1-800-JUSTICE. Again, that's 1-800-JUSTICE. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer, and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and
and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Whether it's a backyard barbecue, delicious, or a parking lot tailgate, nothing gets the party started like Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal. With Kingsford Matchlight, all it takes is a match. No lighter fluid needed, making it the perfect charcoal for on-the-go get-togethers. Give your food a smoky barbecue flavor and give your crowd something else to cheer about. With Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal, Kingsford's fastest lighting charcoal. Kingsford.com.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from BQ Basements and Concrete. We put water back in its place. Go to basementsbybq.com. License number PA158514, 13VH11822-900.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
We're back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw $5 on any of this week's epic matchups to walk away an instant winner. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Football's more fun when you're in on the action. So download the app now and sign up with the code FANATIC. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, with the code FANATIC. The crown is yours. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Adam Schefter plays on one station in Philly, 97.5 The Fanatic.
11:21, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas. 11 o'clock hour brought to us by Gold Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. And it is a football Monday, game day Monday. Football Mondays on The Fanatic, presented by Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors. Visit nopaybryant.com for flexible spending options on a new heating and cooling system. All day today, I want to leave voicemails. I want you to call in and leave a voicemail for a member of your family, one of your friends, co-workers, who's a Cowboys fan, because we know that we're thinking about them today. So what I want you to do is call in at 610-632-0975, and we'll leave a message, all right? You can tell them to go back to the podcast and listen to it. Now, Ray, I think that's fun. I enjoy that. I enjoy making fun of the Cowboys fans who are living in misery today. But I got a tweet from Jimmy who checks in.
What's up, Jimmy?
This is why they call us the little brother. What are you talking about? You know how many times they come after us? They chirp when the Cowboys win 2 games. They chirp about their rings that still have dust all over them, right? The trophy the color has since changed because it's been sitting in the same case for 30 years since they won the last one. And this guy Jimmy's upset that we're making fun of the Cowboys fans today. Why? Why don't you become a Cowboys fan then, if you feel bad for them?
Sounds like a
weird.
beta.
Why is this this is why they call us the little brother. And meanwhile, I scroll through his Twitter account and he's making fun of Cowboys fans. So why is it different for me to do it than you? We're supposed to be in this together. I don't understand that. Are we not supposed? Act like you've been there before? That's basically what he's telling me?
Yeah. Well, guess what? We want to have fun. I'm sorry we ruined your Monday, Jimmy.
Yeah,
How
I'm
about
sorry
you
that
just
the Cowboys loss brings joy to my life.
stop acting like the little brother yourself here? What, are we not allowed to get a little chesty, have a little fun? I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then the second the Eagles win tonight, I will not be even thinking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be thinking about my 3-0 Eagles. But for the time being, I want to make fun of the Cowboys fans, and I want people to call in and leave voicemails to their fellow, the Cowboys family member, friend, you name it. Provolone Joe has a Giants fan sister who used to be an Eagles fan. She jumped ship to the Giants, which is just the weirdest thing. But you know how they talk about us, so why not talk back? Why not get a little chesty today, especially when the Eagles are about to be 3-0? Now, I want to just sort of talk about the trip so far. So we're live from Clearwater, Coco's Crush Bar and Grill. It has been tremendous. Flew down. I got down, technically Saturday morning because it was 1:30 by the time I got to my hotel. But everybody flew down Friday morning, and it's been tremendous, dude. Like everywhere I look, there is Eagles green somewhere. So I went for a run the last couple mornings, and, I'm out of breath but still screaming, "Go Birds," because that's what you do, right? If you see somebody in Eagles gear, you got to greet them with the "Go Birds." And you just feel so safe because you know that everybody around has got your back. And it's been so much fun. Vince from Philly Sports Trips does a tremendous job. I always suggest if you want to go to an Eagles road game to go through his company. He does it great. I always say it's kind of like an all-inclusive, right? You give him the money, and then he'll take care of the rest. We've had happy hours. We've had yesterday so we're at Coco's Crush Bar right now. Same place we were here yesterday. And it was like a 4-hour party, all you can eat, all you can drink. There was football on. Vince Papale was here. Hollis Thomas was here. And we just had a blast, man. And it's just so cool that you all travel so well. Like, it shows just how much you love these teams. Now, it's a little bit easier when you're going to Clearwater, right? It's a beautiful spot to be. But it shows how much you guys love this team and how much this team means to you. And I wish that Eagles players recognize it, and I think they do. Like, the vets, like Jason Kelsey recognizes it, Brandon Graham recognizes it. But I hope some of the younger players that are in their first year with the Eagles or second year with the Eagles, or maybe a veteran free agent that's signed during the offseason that's here, I hope they realize when they go to a stadium so far south from Philadelphia and yet they feel like it's a home game, I hope that means something to them. And I'm sure it does. But I remember like A.J. Brown last year, just during a preseason game, noticed how crazy it was. He said, "Man, you guys are acting like this is a Super Bowl." Because he's coming from Tennessee. They got some good fans, but it's not like Philadelphia. But it's been so cool down here, dude. It just makes me feel at home. The only thing that's different is the palm trees.
Yeah, that's a nice addition to home. If you could add something to home, palm tree is not a bad thing.
Palm tree's cool, yeah.
I think Nick Sirianni said it, I want to say last week during this long layoff, but sometime when he was just talking about fans traveling, people getting down there, and just the idea that they have more than the number of home games that they're actually allotted. Like, they just continue to feel like they add home games every year because of the way the fans travel. And I think last year he might have mentioned Arizona, and he also talked about when he was coaching other places. He left it to speculate for us where he was talking about. Had to be the Chargers. But he left it to us to decide what it was, that basically sometimes you have to pump in crowd noise for home games. And he's like, that's never been a problem here. He's like, the only thing is I know other teams have to do it for us when we go face them. It's a really cool thing to be known about in the National Football League, is the place like, hey, our stadium might get taken over this weekend because the Birds are in town. Like, that's an awesome thing to have.
And that Chargers game, he was on the Chargers coaching staff at the time, right?
Yeah.
So this was 2017. The Eagles, I remember that was they were 2-1 because they just beat the Giants, and there was all the people outside of NovaCare with the roll that blunt signs and the run the ball signs. And then the Eagles go to L.A., and the amount of Eagles fans that traveled, and then Blunt starts running like crazy, and that place was just going nuts. Yeah, I mean, we do it right. We travel well. And it's just been so cool just walking around, and you feel like you're at home. I mean, everybody's rocking Kelly Green right now, or any sort of Eagles gear. And the coolest thing was, like, I've taken a lot of Uber rides, and all the Uber drivers are like from here, or maybe they moved down here from a different area of the country. And I've had a similar conversation with a couple of Uber drivers now, where they're like, "Man, I thought you guys were supposed to be like scary and mean." And it's just so funny, like the way people think about us because how ESPN portrays us at times, or how anybody portrays us that used to be a player or somebody that covered the teams back in the days of the vet. Like, yeah, look, I'm sure we were nastier 30, 40 years ago. And society's changed us a little bit, which that's probably for the better. But there are people that are coming. They're expecting us to come down here and completely tear the town up. And no, we're respectful. We're just louder. That's really it. We're just louder. And I've had so many great interactions with Uber drivers down here, and they're like, "Man, you guys are really cool." And it's like, yeah, man, like we just want to have a good time, and if you let us drink,
just don't get in the way of the good time, pretty much.
You let us drink, and hopefully the Eagles win tonight, because if they don't, who knows what happens. But the Eagles are going to win, and everybody's going to be in a good mood, and I'm sure Clearwater's getting a nice little bump all across the town right now in terms of their finances. Right, they're probably doing a good job. All the bars, all the restaurants. I hope we're tipping all the waiters and waitresses and bartenders well. And I think that is the case. I think everybody's treating everybody well down here because, we're happy people.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the Uber driver, because I was down there last January for my other gig when we were playing down there. And I had to Uber, I think, from the airport or something. I ended up with a guy that was Buccaneers season ticket holder. And he was talking about how he's like, I love when you guys come to town because I know it's going to be a raucous environment. He's like, and also, most of the time, I'll just sell my ticket because he knows that we're going to pay. Right. He's like, oh, yeah, you guys will pay. He's like, I will never sell to a Cowboys fan because he's like, they're too obnoxious. They are the ones that for me. And I was like, you're speaking my language right now. And it was right before what was going to be Buccaneers Cowboys. And he was debating. I don't know what he ended up doing. We didn't stay in touch after the Uber drive. I know.
Of course.
That's bad on me. But he was like, do I want to see Tom Brady's last game, or do I want to sell it to this obnoxious Cowboys fan because they're going to pay a ton for it? But he was talking about how, like, selling to Eagles fans because he knows they're going to show up and he knows they're going to be loud. He knows it's going to be raucous. He's like, it's kind of like if I sell my ticket, he's like, I know it's going to be taken over regardless. So I might as well just give the space to the people that want to be there, which is a real roll over and die type of mentality of a fan. But I love that we make people feel that way about their own home place.
And we're going to take over anyway, so you might as well have it. And I love that. Now we'll get to the phones in a second, but I want to bring this up too. So yesterday I had the privilege to do a Q&A. Me, Bob, and Pat. So Bob Cooney and Pat Egan from the John Kincaid Show are down here as well. We did a Q&A with Hollis Thomas yesterday and Vince Papale. And, look, I know I saw the movie, right? And I know, like, even Vince still talks about how some things are changed, right? The story's not the same or as magical as they make it out to be sometimes in the movie, because he was, like, a legit football player. But forget that for a second. The fact that he was, like, an Eagles season ticket holder, right? Like, all that is real. All that stuff in the movie is real. And yesterday when we're interviewing him, we're doing the Q&A in front of everybody, and, like, just seeing how happy of a man that he is. Now, look, life's been good to him, right? He played in the NFL. He even said it's nice that I get a pension from the NFL. Like,
pretty cool.
Life's been good. He gets paid to do engagements, right? So clearly things have gone well for the life of Vince Papale. But the story is still so cool. And I think sometimes we forget about it just because we are Eagles fans and we're surrounded by it. But when you take a step back and you go, this dude walked onto an NFL team. Like, that's awesome. Not walked on to a D3 school or D1 school. We've seen those kind of stories. No, he walked on to an NFL roster.
And the one he wanted to be on, too.
Yeah, the one that he was a fan of. The one that he had season tickets of. Like, open tryout, Robert Grossman goes, yeah, open tryout. Yeah, there's probably fat dudes going to that open tryout. This dude's a legit athlete. Robert Grossman, he did that.
Yeah, of course.
He always tries to bring it down.
Thanks a lot, Gross.
But how cool is that? Like, he was telling, like, some stuff in the movie was a little bit different, but I did actually look up at my seats, my first game. Like, how insane is that? Like, he's looking at the seats that he was a season ticket holder for, but from the field with pads on and a jersey.
It makes me think, remember that viral video of the guy, I played 3 years varsity? Like, he legitimately was that guy on the news, but on the Eagles.
But on the Eagles, yeah, man. So it was a privilege having that conversation with him. Like, I've talked to him in the past, just, calling him up and having him on as a guest, but to, like, actually be face-to-face with him and sort of go through that story again, it was really cool. The guy knows how to own a room, right? Like, he's done this before, and everybody was going nuts, which is really cool. You should have seen the amount of Papale jerseys because they knew that he was going to be here.
That's pretty cool.
There were Papale jerseys all over the place yesterday. So having that kind of history and having that kind of relationship with a player that truly loves the organization is pretty cool. Let's go back to the phone, 610-632-0975. That's the number to climb in, talk about tonight's game, but also leave a voicemail for a Cowboys fan because we know we're thinking about them today. It's just awesome. I love it. Let's go to Sean in Mount Laurel. Sean, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Y'all hear me good?
What's up, Sean? Got you loud and clear.
All right, cool. So first off, how about them Cowboys?
It's amazing, isn't it? To Jonathan Gannon.
Everybody in the area who's a Cowboys fan, you want to be different. Congratulations, mission accomplished. You're a loser.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. Eagles are going to be 3-0. I got a funny, silly story if you give me a minute. So Nola, bum, loser, not a real number 2. And he reminds me of when I was a kid. So I'm 30 now. And I was probably like 10 years old when Kevin Millwood had his no-hitter.
Okay.
And I remember saying to my dad, oh, my God, this guy, he's an ace. He had a no-hitter. He goes, he's not an ace, man. He's not an ace. He goes, an ace is somebody who goes out there and you know you're going to win the game. And then we had Cliff, then we had Doc. He's like, and he always brings up Steve Carlton's 72 season.
Yeah.
27 wins on a 59 team. Nola is terrible. Get him gone. Let somebody else pay him, all right, and just bring in whoever. I don't care. But that's
yeah, I hear you, but he is your game 2 starter, so we just kind of have to deal with it, man.
It's going to be a 1-1 start. But have it going, y'all.
All right. There he is. There's Sean. Now, I will say this. Like, Nola did pitch well in his last outing against the Braves. And you just kind of have to hope that maybe that's the turn. And I know we've been waiting for the turn all season long. Every time he's a good outing, then the next 2 or 3 are bad. But hopefully his last outing against the Braves, maybe he gets one more good one in before the start of the playoffs, and then he's looking good. But I don't necessarily disagree with Sean. If the Phillies are down 0-1, let's just say Zach Wheeler goes up against Zach Gallen, and Zach Gallen wins 1-0, I'll be kind of terrified going into game 2. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a rough year for Nola, and I don't really want him to be back next year, but he is here for now. And we got to have the guys back for like a couple more starts. Is that fair?
That's fair. And the changeup in the game against for me, it's about what you're seeing in the stuff. Like, there's some games where teams will knock you around, but you'll end up getting out of innings. Like, the changeup looked really good. I started to feel a little bit better with them. I'll be honest. I know we're all waiting for that turn.
No.
I know you said you couldn't get anything out of it. Trust me, we reacted.
Refuse.
Yeah, I know. I did, though. I liked it.
All right. I'm glad that he made you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you know, he could totally erase that goodwill Tuesday night. You know,
it could be quick.
It could be really quick.
Fourth inning, the RAV 4th inning, man. You never know what's going to end up happening.
Well,
with
that's not Millwood, the guy.
Right? Yeah, no, I can't go Millwood.
No.
You know what's been a great sign? It's a football Monday. We're talking Eagles all day long, but JT starting to hit the ball pretty well. 17 hit streak. Yeah, and that's the big one because his numbers at home have been terrible. So guys are starting to get hot right at the right time. That's all you could hope for is guys getting hot at the right time. I saw something awesome. Hold on, let me bring this up. It was the power surge that the Phillies had. Did you see this post by any chance? From Destiny Legardo?
Yeah, 5 guys with 20-plus home runs, first time since 2009, was it?
No, that's not what I saw. So Destiny Legardo, she covers the Phillies for Phillies Nation. And she put out in this story, just to get a sense, I'll read the clip right now, just to get a sense of how prolific the Phillies' power surge has been. Here are the home run totals on August 1st for their current top 6 home run hitters and what the numbers look like today. So this was 2 days ago, so I'm sure guys have hit home runs since then. But on August 1st, Kyle Schwarber had 27 home runs. He went up to 45 in a month and a half. Right? That's a lot of home runs in a month and a half, or like maybe a month and 3 weeks. Nick Castellanos, from 14 to 28, he doubled his home run total.
Not bad.
In a month and 3 weeks. Trey Turner went from 10 home runs on the season to 26. JT Realmuto went from 12 to 20. Harper went from 5 to 20. Hits 15 home runs. And then Bohm goes from 10 to 19. So your top 6 home run hitters are Schwarber, Castellanos, Turner, Realmuto, Harper, and Bohm, and they all just exploded. And they're all getting hot at the right time, and it's not like they've cooled off yet. If this lineup's hot, man, you never know what can happen with this team.
And the power surge, the fun thing is here, we have so many now power surge stats that I thought you were going with this one, but you're going with a different one. Because they have 5 guys with 20-plus home runs. Bohm is 1 away. If they get to 6, that's the first time in franchise history.
Really?
Yeah. You lost one of your best power hitters before the season, and you're probably going to have one of the most prolific power hitting seasons in the team's history.
And think about how ugly it was early on, man.
Oh, yeah, we were pining for power.
Yeah, and it's since turned around, which is fantastic. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Matt in West Virginia. Matt, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey,
Andrew. What's going on? What's up?
What's going on, Matt?
Nothing. This is your buddy, Lithuanian T-shirt, Matt.
Oh, what's up, Matt? How you doing? Thanks again.
I'm driving back from Louisville to home after some football there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I grew up there. I went to college there.
Okay.
So we're at a bourbon distillery yesterday in southern Indiana, and there's a lot of Ravens fans in that area because of Lamar Jackson.
Okay, makes sense.
Where you go, there's Cowboy fans, and they're like stink bugs. You see them in September, and then you don't see them when it starts to get cold because that's usually when they're losing.
I love that. They're stink bugs.
And yesterday, we're all sitting around. There's hundreds of people there, and listening to music and stuff. And people are watching the Ravens game on the phone, and you can tell these Cowboys fans are giving it to the Ravens fans because they're losing to Gardner Minshew in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And when we get back to my cousin's last night, we catch the second half of the game, and I'm just loving it. And I'm thinking to all you Cowboys fans that were out yesterday, anywhere in this country, good for you. You shine, and then you run away. So that's just so typical of them.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? If Jonathan Gannon wins 2 games all year, you know what 2 games I want him to win. And that's it. And, I'm with flipping to tonight's game. I've been listening all morning. I left Louisville at 2:30 this morning.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's cool. It's great going out there and getting home. I like Bob Cooney's score. I like it. I like 38-24. I might be shooting a little high with the Eagles offense, but I'm with you guys. There's going to be a bust-out game.
Yeah, and I think it's tonight. I think tonight calms a lot of nerves for people.
So do I. Andrew, so do I. But I just wanted to reach out for you. You guys are getting me home on a short 11-hour drive, and it's all good. So go Birds.
That's great. Go Birds and drive safely, Matt. Go. I have said, Ray, go Birds a billion times down here.
I feel like you're running into more Birds fans than I am, and I'm walking around the city.
That might be true.
Maybe the city left.
That might actually be true. I think everybody is down here, and it's gonna be, dude. It's gonna be insane. Like, I can't wait for that first loud Eagles chant at Raymond James Stadium. Now, a great tweet. This was from my tweets, so not me tweeting it, but my tweets on Twitter. He said, it'll be awesome if all the Eagles fans in the crowd tonight booed like crazy when the Bucs have their Rondé Barber ceremony. Because tonight they're honoring Rondé Barber. Good timing for them. I'm sure that was very well planned by Tampa. They do have some minds in there, I'm sure, that are smart enough to do that.
Kind of dumb, though. Like,
well, yeah,
I get you're trying to troll us.
Eagles fans are going to be down.
Right. Your team's not going to be good. The Birds probably going to be up, and you have all of these fans there. Like, I understand trying to troll job, but this might come back to bite you.
It would be great if he's just booed. Like, remember, I always forget his name, Drew Pearson, the former Cowboy that did the I got to give him credit. It was good when he did it on the podium at the Eagles, the draft in Philly in 2017. Right. I kind of want it to be that, where if Rondé Barber's addressing the crowd, he's going to have to speak louder because he has to talk louder than the boos. I would love that tonight. And we should do it. I mean,
Rally
we hate
the
Rondé
troops.
Barber. Well, we hate Rondé Barber, too, so it's not like it's like a respect. Like the Brady thing. They did it when the Eagles played the Patriots. I'm not booing Brady.
I'm booing
You know
Brady.
what I mean? Like, if you're at New England, you're at the ceremony, you're booing?
Yes. Now, the problem is I'm also in New England. That's like I don't want to rip the sports town you're currently doing the broadcast. I don't want to get you beat up, but it's like it's a real sports town.
Yeah, so your boos probably won't be hurt.
Right, won't be hurt, and it might end up in a little bit of an altercation. So, in theory, yes, I would like to boo, but that's also me saying that sitting behind a microphone in the confines of my studio. I'm booing in my head.
But tonight, we can boo.
Right.
You have the Eagles fans all around, so they got your back. And we hate Rondé Barber for what happened in the NFC Championship game. And so I think that, it could be loud. It could be very loud, that boo tonight. And like you said, this could end up biting the Bucs in the rear end doing it. It's amazing.
I'd say you rally the troops and make that happen.
All right. I think I will. I think I can do that. 610-632-0975. That's the number to climb in. It is a Football Monday. Football Mondays on the Fanatic, presented by Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors. Visit nopaybryant.com for flexible spending options on a new heating and cooling system. Your next chance to win $1,000 comes your way at noon, so that'll be in the next segment. Ray and I are also going to bounce around the NFL a little bit, go through yesterday's games, not just that embarrassing loss by the Dallas Cowboys, but we'll check out the rest of the games that also took place in the NFL yesterday. And I like to always do that and compare where we're at with the Eagles. Right, I did it last week. The Cincinnati Bengals fell to 0-2 last week, and everybody's panicking about the Eagles' 2-0 start, right? Could be a lot worse. So we'll go around the league a little bit, see what happened throughout the NFL, and then also your chance to win $1,000 at 12 o'clock. But right now, snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. It's America's #1 sports book. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on all the action. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. The app's super easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. For tonight, I always say this, if you're a new user, use that $5 on an SGP. Try to win something big. If it doesn't hit, you still got the $200 in guaranteed bets. But for tonight, I like an A.J. Brown touchdown after what happened last week. A.J. Brown touchdown. Why don't you add a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown score? Because that's always a smart bet to make, even if it's even money or even, it could be, minus something at this point. Christian McCaffrey was minus 260 Thursday night to score, which was crazy. But take a look at some of the anytime touchdown bets. How about the over in rushing for Kenneth Gainwell? I imagine they tried to get him back in the mix after last week. You can do a huge one. $5 could win you $1,000 if you want to do that. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. Kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL. You got to be 21 plus. President PA. First online real money wager. Only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The Eagles return to action. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by UPSjobs.com. Ready to shift your future? Make great pay as a seasonal warehouse worker, package delivery driver, or tractor trailer driver for UPS. Apply at UPSjobs.com/shift. Finally, we get some Eagles football. It's felt like forever. The long layoff between Thursday Night Football and the win over the Vikings finally comes to an end tonight on Monday Night Football. A battle of 2-0 teams in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers, 7:15 on ABC. Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since the 1992-1993 seasons. The Eagles will be without Quez Watkins and Boston Scott in the game. Looking at the rest of the NFL slate, the Cowboys lost. They were shocked by Jonathan Gannon and that Cardinals team 28-16, and the Commanders got crushed by the Bills 37-3. Eagles with a chance to have sole possession of first place in the NFC East after Week 3 if they take care of business tonight. The Dolphins also with a big game, put up 726 yards of offense, scored 70 points in a 70-20 victory over the Denver Broncos. Phillies, the 4-game sweep of the Mets, they now can clinch a playoff spot on Tuesday. Nick Castellanos homer. Christopher Sanchez looked great in the game. Orion Kerkering made his debut in the 8th. Struck out 2. That slider looked so nasty. The Phillies win 5-2 in the game. Magic number is now down to 1. Keep it locked right here for the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
You don't want to be taking shots for the rest of your life just to lose weight. Well, NJ Diet's typical results are twice as fast as weight loss injections without any of the side effects. Plus, you learn proper portion control and you develop healthy eating habits. So by the end of NJ Diet's 40-day program, you'll lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. And it's contractually guaranteed. You'll lose the weight and you'll keep it off the natural way. Because NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work along with scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat-burning zone. And then NJ Diet uses your DNA info to help keep the weight off. They got locations in Philly, Metro, and throughout the East Coast, and they're available with online video consultations too. So don't take shots for the rest of your life. Lose weight quickly, the natural way, with NJ Diet. 855-5NJ-DIET. Or schedule your consult today at njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Whether it's a backyard barbecue, delicious, or a parking lot tailgate, nothing gets the party started like Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal. With Kingsford Matchlight, all it takes is a match. No lighter fluid needed, making it the perfect charcoal for on-the-go get-togethers. Give your food a smoky barbecue flavor and give your crowd something else to cheer about with Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal. Kingsford's fastest lighting charcoal. Kingsford.com.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
Tonight after the game, don't miss the Fanatic Birds postgame show, sponsored by Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you've fallen out of love with your home, maybe you just need a refresh. Contact CertaPro Painters and we'll put the power of pro to work for you. That's CertaPro's power to transform living rooms and rejuvenate kitchens. The power to get the job done right, on time, and within your budget. Get that lovin' feeling back with the help of CertaPro Painters. Start your project at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
Philadelphia is in a bad place and headed in the wrong direction. We've got to stop this now. Hi, I'm David O, and I'm running for mayor to turn this city around with common sense solutions, good government reforms, and hard work. Our number one problem is crime. I'm a former Philadelphia prosecutor, so I've actually fought crime, and I know how to effectively reduce murder and violence in our neighborhoods. On Tuesday, November 7th, say no to the status quo and vote for David O. Paid for by Citizens for David O. Hi, I'm David O, and I approve this message.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5, The Fanatic.
11:52, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas, broadcasting live from Coco's Crush Bar and Grill in sunny Clearwater, Florida. About a 30-minute drive from Raymond James Stadium, where the Eagles will be taking over. The Eagles fans will be taking over in Tampa Bay. Can't wait for tonight. 7:15 kickoff. The Monday night doubleheader, Ray. I love the Monday night doubleheader when it's not the Eagles playing.
I agree with that.
I want both games on, but obviously if it's an Eagles game, I don't have another game on. It's strictly Eagles. Like last week was awesome, even though the game sucked. Last week was awesome with the doubleheader. But when the Eagles are on, you can't go second game.
No, not at all. I prefer the doubleheader, like you said, without the Birds. I also love the 7:15 start time.
Well,
can't get enough of it.
Well, you're anti-640 Phillies, but you're pro-7:15 Eagles. That's
7 o'clock is about the right time to start anything. 6:40 is way too early.
Don't worry, we're back. They're done with the 6:40 come playoff time, so you'll be
happy.
It'd
be great. No, just you wait. They'll somehow get like the 2 o'clock or the 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Don't mind that. I like those.
All All right.
I don't mind them.
Congrats.
At all. What are you gonna do?
You have a child. Yeah, I get it. Congrats.
All right.
Welcome to your new phase of life, man.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, I'm a washed dad now.
Yeah.
I have not been washed the
I was gonna say
down here.
Doesn't sound like you're washed.
Yeah,
Reports are saying that Chunas is not washed.
I almost got in trouble this morning when I checked in with Christy, and she asked me how I'm doing, and I started saying the words "I'm tired," and I kind of caught myself.
Definitely a bad idea.
Because Cooper's sick right now.
Ooh.
So remember all that bragging I did about how great
Yes.
he did with me? She's unfortunately dealing with a sick kid at home now by herself, and so she's tired. She's actually tired. I was just had too much fun tired, and so I tried stopping myself, but I said enough of the words that she didn't really like it.
You were doing so well. You were like batting 1,000 there for a week.
Yeah, I don't blame her. So the points eliminated right away.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, so we're going to go around the league in a second, but let me go to Sean in St. Petersburg as I try to avoid the fried pickles that Grussman has in front of the call screen. They look delicious. Are they good? No, I'm good right now. I'm on the air. I can't. You don't want to hear. You know what I mean? You don't want that. Anyways, Sean, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
You coming to the game?
Oh, I'll be at the game.
That's
And
awesome.
man, am I
Are you
excited.
you live in St. Pete full time?
I live in St. Pete. We moved down here in 2019.
Awesome. So do you try to make it to any Philadelphia event that's down here?
Oh my God, yeah. And I hope this continues the run this year because I was at 2 out of the 3 games against the Rays. And
oh yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it was really cool. Took my 4-year-old to his first Phillies game, so it was pretty exciting.
And you're raising him as as a Philadelphia sports fan, I hope.
Well, my kids' names are Nick and Chase for a reason.
Yeah, so they have to
So,
be. Yeah,
they don't have a choice.
There's no getting out of that one.
Yeah, they're stuck. But I want to point out we got some we got a ton of Philadelphia fans down here all the time. I mean, we're glad to have the reinforcements. We're very excited for the droves and droves that have made the trek down here and take over Tampa Bay. But man, there are some good groups down here, but we are excited to have everybody there. I know.
Oh, I know you guys could win the fight without us, but we just, we got our brothers back. You know what I mean? So we're coming down here to help.
Oh, we need it. I think it's going to be electric. I know I mean, just getting out of the house with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old is exciting enough. But to make my first game at the at Raymond James Stadium was going to be this electric, almost like going to a home game. I'm super jacked for it, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be loud. Like Ray thinks it's gonna be 60% Bucks fans, 40% Eagles fans, but the 40% Eagles fans will be louder. And I think that's a pretty good call because that's probably how it's gonna be.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that breakout game. I know a lot of people have been talking about A.J. Brown. I think more so than that, I think it's the breakout for Jalen Hurts. Guys like Goddard and these guys can't stay quiet for that long. And I think that with the home game and the nice weather, whether it rains or not, like coming down to Florida, getting a chance to show off in front of someone else's fan in prime time, I think this is the time.
Yeah, and I think nobody talks about the weather from week 1, right? And it could be a little rainy today, but it's a week 1 game, no preseason, new offensive coordinator. And then week 2 is just 4 days later, right? I feel like we ignore the fact that they played on a short week in just their second game of the season with, once again, a new offensive coordinator. So now you got week 3, but you have 10 days. So that means Nick Sirianni and Brian Johnson have had 10 days to sit down and work together getting ready for this game plan. That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, the wait was brutal. I mean, having to wait between games that long, but it's one of those waits that, you had guys hurt, Fletcher Cox and some of the defensive guys. And, to get those guys healthy, get Bradbury back, get a chance to really, get the defense fired up while having that long to work on the offense. You can't ask for a better situation than that.
No, I mean, this is perfect, Sean, and thanks for the call, man. Enjoy yourself. Have a safe drive to Clearwater. I think that's the other thing, right? They were banged up against the Vikings. Oh my God, Kirk Cousins threw for over 300 yards. Yeah, when they were up 27-7, you sag off, you let them come back. They also didn't have James Bradbury, Nakobe Dean, Reed Blankenship was out, Avonte Maddox eventually went out with the injury. They were banged up. 4 of their 11 starters at one point were out of the game, and I feel like we almost ignore that, Ray, and I don't know why.
It's so ridiculous the way people have looked at this defense because of, the yards. Look at the yards. It's so much more than just looking at what happened with the yards. You got out to a big lead, and you were down multiple starters on the defense to the point if you were just Joe Schmo watching this game in, Minnesota, well, maybe not Minnesota, they probably tapped into the game before. Let's say Green Bay, just watching it from a national perspective, you're like, who was out there other than Darius Slay in the Eagles secondary?
Right.
You have a lot of inexperienced guys already with a new coordinator on a short week, short-handed, and you got out to a big lead. all of those things were working against the defense, and they did enough, one, to set up the offense to score with the turnovers, and two, did enough for you to get the victory. I don't know why people got so bent out of shape about the defense.
No,
I think it was great.
Like, we had Goodrich tires out there. You know what I mean? There's guys out there. I know we do have to get used to it, but there's guys that you weren't expecting to see out there that much. Because, and look, we were very fortunate last year. The Eagles were very healthy last season, and anybody that was injured was only out for like 4 weeks, right? Like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson ended up missing, 5 regular season games, maybe 6, but was back for the playoffs and ready to go, and he was healthy. Jalen Hurts only missed 2 games last year. Everybody that was hurt came back pretty quickly. There weren't many season-ending injuries. And so far, so good with that, right? Like, Avonte Maddox is the only season ender, and it's very early on. But you're also seeing it around the NFL. Guys are getting banged up, and you just got to hope that their depth is good enough, which you do feel confident with the secondary depth to an extent, right? Once you start losing 4 guys, that's a
no
different
Bradbury,
that's a different
no Maddox,
right? Exactly.
No Blankenship.
Like all those guys are out. You start going, all right, this is tough. Like I heard somebody say last week, like, oh man, I'm worried about the cornerback depth. And I go, well, any team that loses 3 or 4 guys in the secondary in a game, yeah, your depth's not going to be all that great because now you're down to your 5th and 6th string guys. But they got pretty good depth for 2nd and 3rd stringers where you feel comfortable. Like Avonte Maddox, that's a big loss, but I believe that the Eagles have enough talent where you go, all right, A, they're kind of used to Maddox being out. He's missed a lot of time in his career. And B, they have young talent there that hopefully can grow into being an everyday player for him. And that's kind of what we've been thinking with like a guy like Keely Ringo. We've been feeling good about these guys.
You just would have preferred to not see them as soon as you see them. But guess what? It's time trial by fire. Good part about the early portion of this schedule is the teams aren't as good. You get a chance. If you're going to get thrown into it, I'd rather get thrown into it here than against Mahomes and Allen.
Exactly. All right, it is 12 o'clock. We're going to go around the league in a second. But first, your chance to win $1,000.
Win $1,000 right now. 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash.
It is the Fanatics Kelly Green Cash Contest. Your chance to win $1,000 in a brand new 2023 Birds Kelly Green jersey. Just text the word CHARMED to 45911. That's CHARMED, CHARMED to 45911. Or you can enter it on the Fanatic app or at 975thefanatic.com. One winner selected at random will win $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners will get a call from Beasley. So be sure to answer your phone. Complete rules at 975thefanatic.com. 975 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash is presented by Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. Demand Rand. Call 1-800-90-LEGAL. That's 1-800-90-LEGAL. Please never text and drive, and good luck. All right, Ray. Let's go a little around the league. The games yesterday. So we were here at Coco's yesterday as well. During the 1 o'clock slate of games, we went full-on red zone, and then I bounced around other spots around Clearwater. A lot of fun. Watched a lot of football yesterday. Great day. Like I love when the Eagles are playing on a Monday or a Thursday because it's your chance to really look at the rest of the league and see what we're working with here. So yesterday in the 1 o'clock slate of games, Lions beat the Falcons yesterday 20-6. I knew that fraudulent Falcons team would lose at some point. Ritter stinks. They couldn't do anything against the Lions defense that gives up a lot of points. And also, how about the Lions offense only scoring 20 against that team? That's another shock. But the Lions go to 2-1. Falcons fall to 2-1. And I think that's going to be kind of a theme for the Falcons moving forward. They're not going to win many games this year. That division is trash, though, so they'll always be in it. Speaking of that division, the Saints, they lose to the Packers yesterday, 18-17. Such an ugly game. And we see Jameis Winston come in because Derek Carr hurts his shoulder. Have you seen it? I haven't heard anything since Derek Carr went out. What was the injury status?
It was they took him actually to the hospital afterwards to get imaging done. It was something with his shoulder, and it seemed like I saw someone putting out there that it might be multiple weeks. So could be Jameis Winston shown for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I just pulled up. There's an NBC Sports headline. Derek Carr, quote, probably avoided disaster, but will miss some time. So it's going to be Jameis Winston. I mean, Derek Carr, it's not like he's been very good. Still kind of waiting for that Saints team to look a little bit better offensively. But they end up losing to the Packers yesterday. So the Packers kind of bounced back after that awful loss last week to the Falcons. So now the Packers are 2-1. The Saints are 2-1. Chargers and Vikings. And this is a funny game, right? It's two idiot head coaches. I think they're both terrible. Brandon Staley's a moron, but they still get the win. They win 28-24. Herbert, though, man, 40 of 47 for 405 yards. And that's kind of the game we thought Hurts could have had last week. But the Vikings defense threw good looks at Hurts. And, Jason Kelce talked about it. They created chaos at the line of scrimmage. There was no chaos for Justin Herbert yesterday.
No, and no help from running game as well. So he had to do it all himself. And Staley, man, your quarterback throws 400. That's like an 80% completion rate. And it's like, oh, let's sweat this one out because we're going to try and go for it on fourth. Like, thank goodness Kirk kirked for them because that was ridiculous.
No, he's a moron. Like, he's a terrible head coach.
Oh, it's so bad.
And the only reason why he's got a job is because he was from the Sean McVay tree and because he's young and he's white. Like, that's really the only reason why. Like, Brandon Staley stinks. He's not a good head coach, but he fits the mold, right? He fits the mold of what a head coach looks like in the NFL. And he's a moron. And I can't wait for him to be fired after this year. I can't believe that they let him fire coordinators after last season and keep his job. He's a terrible head coach. And I know they got the win yesterday, and I can't believe the Vikings, only 3 losses in the regular season last year. They're 0-3 already, dude.
And all by one-score games. A year ago, 11-0 in one-score games. This season, they're seeing the exact opposite of that luck.
Now, this was the biggest shock for me. I had a parlay going, and I needed one more game to hit, and I bought the line down at 2.5.
Oh, no.
And the Jaguars lose by 20 to the Houston Texans. Dougie P, man.
Tough look for our guy.
What's going on with the offense? Last week, let's not think that the Chiefs' defense is all that stellar, right? And you scored 9 points last week against that Chiefs' defense. And then you're going up against the Houston Texans. They're not going to be the Arizona Cardinals bad this year, but they're going to be pretty bad this year. And you can only put up 17 points. Trevor Lawrence, he's a mystery to me. I really don't know what to think of Trevor Lawrence. He looked better last year. Year one of Doug. Has not looked good so far to start this season.
Yeah, it looks a little regression on the horizon for him. I think he kind of gets to skate, under the looks here because when Lawrence plays well, it's like, oh, look, the Jaguars are nice. They're good. Like, that's cool. When he plays bad, it's, the Jaguars lost. What's new here? So I think he's kind of getting away with a little bit of a regression, not looking as good so far to start this season. I'll be interested to see how this continues to go because we've seen Peterson lift the guy up to the height, but keeping him there, I don't know what it's going to look like for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, because we kept on talking about the whole Urban Meyer thing, and that's why he had a bad rookie season, which I do believe that's actually the case.
Right.
Because Urban Meyer's a disaster. But all of a sudden, so far to start the season, not great for Trevor Lawrence. 70 points scored by the Miami Dolphins. 70 points, which was they could have tied the record with a field goal, but obviously he's not going to kick a field goal just to tie a record. When you're up 50 to the Denver Broncos, and it's funny, man. So I'm watching that game, and Russell Wilson's first touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton was a great pass. And I'm like, all right, maybe he's building off of last week. He had a little bit of a better week. Wrong. I know he still threw for 300 yards, but I mean, they were down 50 points, so he's going to keep on throwing the football. Tua Tagovailoa yesterday, 23 of 26, 3 incompletions, 309 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and then you had 2 rushing touchdowns by that, what is it, Devin Achaney? Or Achaney? A chain. Thank you. Devin Achane yesterday. He has the big day on the ground. 203 yards rushing. We thought DeAndre Swift had a good game last week. He rushes for 203 yards on 18 carries, 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert had 3 touchdowns on the ground and 1 in the air. And let me tell you something, Ray. In our work league, I have Tua as my quarterback, and I'm going up against the great Todd DeFeo from our promotions team. He had Raheem Mostert on the bench.
No.
Yeah, so good for me, but that must really suck when you see Raheem Mostert putting up all those points and you have him on the bench.
He was also 2-0. That's a tough look for the guy.
He could still, I think I'm only up 50 points. He's got 2 guys left, and one's a receiver and running, but he's still got a shot. It's our work league, which is weird. I love Matt Menard a lot, but the way the scoring system is just totally bizarre.
Very strange. Very strange.
I wish I knew that more going into the draft because you could draft differently.
Oh, yeah. You definitely would have broke down the preparation for that one.
Yeah, but, whatever. I'm hopefully going to be 2-1 after this.
I get my first win this week.
Congratulations. I handed you your first loss at the beginning of the season.
All right, relax, man. It's 2 weeks ago. Overreactions to week 1 aren't cool anymore.
All right, but I want to do this real quick. So you have audio that you told me about this morning, and I'm excited to hear it. So Sean Payton, who I hate, I despise Sean Payton. He ran the New Orleans Saints into the ground. He's just like Mike McCarthy. They hold him to this incredible standard because he won a Super Bowl. But, he really has been bad since then. He believes Taysom Hill is worth having a big contract for. The guy, I don't think the guy's a good head coach. So last year, after he was a coward and ran away from the New Orleans Saints, ran their, they're in cap hell, traded all their picks. They're in a terrible situation. He goes, you know what, I quit, I'm out of here, and then takes a job 1 year later with the Denver Broncos because he thinks he's in a better situation. But as a member of the media last year, you said he talked about Tua Tagovailoa in an interesting way.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to talk about quarterbacks that were going to get replaced. And last September, this is what he had to say.
I think at some point we'll see Tua in Miami. I think at some point, and they played well yesterday with Tua, but Teddy Bridgewater, I've had before, he's an outstanding player. And I think that's one of the unique things this year. I counted 8 teams where I believe we're going to see multiple quarterbacks play, not relative to injury, but just a controversy, if you will.
So he thought Tua was going to be replaced by that Teddy Bridgewater.
That's right.
And then Tua puts up 70 against Sean Payton yesterday.
Yeah, also probably a good time to point out that he said Nathaniel Hackett was the worst coaching job he's seen.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, how's that going for you?
And 3.
70 points, dude. That somebody should be fired.
Yes.
Right? That's you don't let nobody lose their job after giving up 70 points to the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins are going to be fun. They didn't have Jalen Waddle.
No.
And they scored 70 points yesterday. Absurd. The Browns, they win again. Their defense has been incredible to start the season. They beat the Titans yesterday 27-3. They do it obviously without Nick Chubb. How about Nick Chubb actually, his injury not being I thought he was going to lose his leg for a second. I'm not even joking. It was scary what happened to his leg. Not as bad as they're thinking it's going to be or what it was. Deshaun Watson, that was probably his best game so far coming back in the NFL. 27-33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. That Titans team's weird. I don't know how they won last week. I mean, that goes back to Brandon Staley being a moron. I don't know how the Titans won last week. But the Browns, they improved to 3-0. They're now they win 27-3. The Bills are back after week 1 when they lost to Zach Wilson in overtime, which was embarrassing. They have come back and just put it on the table the last 2 weeks. And yesterday, I don't know why. Back-to-back weeks, the line has been too short. The line going into last night's game, or yesterday afternoon's game, was just 6.5 against the Commanders. Sam Howell sucks. I had a Commanders fan call in last week, Ray, getting chesty about Sam Howell.
I heard about this. Why?
Yeah, he's a 3-for-4 fan. Loves the Phillies. He said Phillies are his number 1 team. Loves the Phillies, Sixers, and Flyers. But he's a Commanders fan. And we got Sam Howell, man. Imagine being confident in Sam Howell. Now, I saw something hilarious yesterday. So during the game, they showed a fan. And it was the fan sitting behind the end zone, first row. He's probably a super fan, right? And I get being a super fan of the Eagles. I totally get it. And even if the Eagles are going 0-17, you're still repping the birds. You're still going to the games, and you're do or die going to the games. But you don't have to pretend to like a player. He made a sign, "All Hail Howell." Do you actually believe in Sam Howell if you're a Commanders fan? I'll ask you, Ray. Do you actually, if you're a Commanders fan, I get supporting your players and supporting your team, but going above and beyond to make a sign for a quarterback that probably stinks, why would you? Who was doing that for Coy Detmer? Nobody.
I'm
get serious.
It. No, but
why would you do that? I love the Eagles, right? But I'm not about to start making signs for Tanner McKee just yet. You know what I mean? I'm not ready to do that just yet. I'm doing it for Sam Howell. It's embarrassing.
I'm so confused because I remember people coming away from that first game I saw on Twitter. Oh, well, what we learned week 1, Sam Howell's an NFL quarterback.
He wasn't even good week 1.
No, and last week
he did not play well.
It's the Broncos last week. You saw him against a real team this week, and oh my gosh, was it bad?
And he was getting crushed, dude.
Yeah,
he was. I actually felt bad for him at times. He was getting destroyed.
I guess Commanders fans need something.
I guess maybe that's what it is. Colts win in overtime. Minshew mania continues.
Oh, man.
When we did picks last week, I said I'm not touching this game. Even though the Ravens are far and away the better team than the Indianapolis Colts, there is something weird with Minshew mania. And look what happens. They win in overtime yesterday, beating the Ravens 22-19. You can't count that man out. As much as he stunk for the Eagles last year, even though he was throwing for a bunch of yards, there's something weird about that guy, and players must like him. Now, can it be sustained? No, of course not. When Anthony Richardson is back, he's the starter. But there's something weird about Minshew Mania, so they win yesterday. Patriots beat the Jets 15-10, ugly weather game. Zach Wilson is awful. If you're the Jets, you have to do something at quarterback. You can't keep this guy.
Carson.
You have a good defense.
Carson.
I would love it. I would love it because I'm all about storylines. That'd be fantastic to watch for us. But you can't get football. Like fandom aside, we're talking strictly football here. It's an abomination for them to not do something because Zach Wilson is awful. He is trash juice. He's so terrible. And your defense is very good, and you have weapons offensively. But Zach Wilson can't throw the football to him. And they lose 15-10 yesterday because of it.
You got Joe Namath out on the timeline tweeting about how bad it is. That's
it's awful.
Pretty bad.
You got Joe. You got Joe Namath tweeting. I didn't even know if he knew how to tweet.
I didn't know he had a Twitter, but found it yesterday because, oh boy, was he ripping him apart. And justifiably so.
As he should have. Seahawks beat the Panthers yesterday, 37-27. The Seahawks, that's going to be bet the overs in any Seahawks game, I think, because they could score a lot of points. And I'm surprised. I like their secondary, and they have not really stopped anyone all that much this year. So the Seahawks, they win yesterday. Chiefs blow up the Bears. Of course, the big storyline has nothing to do with the 41-10 win. It has nothing to do with Justin Fields being a bust. It has everything to do with Taylor Swift being out there. We'll talk about that more as the show goes on. Cardinals, of course, beat the Cowboys. We're having fun with that. And the Steelers beat the Raiders Sunday Night Football 23-18. I thought that was a weird line. Raiders were favorites. I said go with the Steelers, and I'm glad that I did because the Steelers get the win. We're having fun with the Cowboys loss. I'm going to reset the entire show coming up next. But think about that fan, that Cowboys fan, family member, friend, coworker. Think about them during this break, and I'll explain everything that we're doing during the show. And I want you to leave a message for the Cowboys fan. I'll just leave it at that so you can start thinking about it. I'll explain what we're doing coming up. 610-632-0975. A little more into tonight's game. We got the Eagles taking on the Bucs in Tampa. I'm broadcasting live here at Coco's Crush Bar and Grill in Clearwater. I want to break down a little bit more of tomorrow's game and what we need, or tonight's game, and what we need to see to start feeling a little bit better. Because I know people still aren't at ease. I think tonight's the night where people start feeling a little bit better. But they got to play the game first. And I want to know exactly what you need to see that you're going to say, all right, I'm glad this happened tonight, and now I feel a little bit better about the team. 610-632-0975. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5. The Fanatic. Guys, are you thinking about getting engaged? If you are, I'm sure you want to get her a ring that'll light up her eyes when you get down on your knee. Go see Angelo. Go see the team at Family Company Jewelers. They're going to walk you through every step of the process, and I guarantee that you will walk out with a ring that she's going to be proud to show off to her friends and family for a very long time. And I know that from my own personal experience. I went to Family Company Jewelers back in 2017, and I got the ring that I was going to propose to Christy with, and look where we're at now, right? We're in love, even though she's probably not loving that I'm here in sunny Clearwater and she's got a sick kid at home, so I might need to make another trip to Family Company Jewelers. But that's where I got the engagement ring. That's where I also got the wedding band. It was a nice pairing, so I actually had the wedding band taken care of before she even said yes, so I was really sweating that one out. I knew she was going to say yes, but the ring is beautiful. And the rest of the night after I proposed, she didn't care about me. She just wanted to take pictures of the ring, show people the ring. That's all she cared about. And that's what you want to make sure you do. You want to get that ring so beautiful that she's staring at it and smiling, not staring at it and going, oh, that's it? No, staring at it and smiling. And that's what you're going to get at Family Company Jewelers. And we know shopping local is important. So go to Family Company Jewelers. They've been South Jersey's diamond destination for over 80 years now. And they have more than 1,000 five-star reviews from all their satisfied customers, and I'm one of them. So if you're getting engaged, go to Family Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey. Make sure you tell them Andrew sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Birds are finally back. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by NJDiet.com. Don't take shots just to lose weight. NJ Diet's typical results are twice as fast without any of the side effects. Lose weight quickly the natural way with NJDiet.com. Finally, some Eagles football tonight. The long layoff after the Thursday Night Football win over the Vikings over a week and a half ago is finally over tonight. 7:15 on ABC. A battle of two 2-0 teams with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1992 and the 1993 seasons. Looking at the rest of the NFL, well, Birds got some help. The Cowboys losing to the Cardinals 28-16, and the Commanders getting crushed by the Bills 37-3 yesterday. The Phillies also with a 4-game sweep of the Mets now can clinch a playoff spot on Tuesday. Nick Castellanos homered. Christopher Sanchez looked great. Orion Kirkry made his debut in the 8th and struck out 2. Looked fantastic Bills win 5-2. Magic number down to 1. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast, 2 for $3. Biggie Bundles with Wendy's. New breakfast, 2 for $3. Biggie Bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo single item at regular price. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic presents Kelly Green Cash. It's your chance to win $1,000 cash 5 times a day. Every week, listen at 8, 10, noon, 3, and 5 for your chance to win $1,000 cash. And every Fanatic winner in our company-wide contest will also win a brand new 2023 Birds Kelly Green jersey. 97.5 The Fanatic's Kelly Green Cash. Every weekday at 8, 10, noon, 3, and 5. Presented by Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. Demand Rand. Call 1-800-90-LEGAL and 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
We're back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw $5 on any of this week's epic matchups to walk away an instant winner. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Football's more fun when you're in on the action. So download the app now and sign up with the code FANATIC. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, with the code FANATIC. The crown is yours. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Is it possible that fast internet could take your business to the next level? With gig speed Wi-Fi from Comcast Business, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/12/2023. Restrictions apply. Eco bill and auto pay required. New 50 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible router.
The AAA Eagles MVP membership is in full flight. Eagles MVP members receive all of the amazing benefits of AAA, along with Eagles rewards and experiences no Eagles fans will want to miss. Get discounts at the Eagles Pro Shop, chances to win tickets to every home game, pre-game sideline passes, exclusive invites to MVP events, and more. Join now and new members will get a $20 gift card to the Eagles Online Pro Shop, and you'll be immediately eligible to win Eagles rewards. Go to AAA.com/Eagles for details and join the flock today.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. We wanted a jaw-dropping backyard paradise. We went to Landis Block and Concrete. LandisBC.com on the web. They have a beautiful showroom in Souderton, Pennsylvania. They call it a store. We call it a showroom because it showcased all of their beautiful materials. We hired our own contractor, but Landis Block knew every single contractor in like a 5-county area that could have done it for us. You need imagination, space, and a budget. But what you really need is Landis Block and Concrete. Go to LandisBC.com on the web.
Citadel Credit Union has a checking account that's built for you. For a limited time, get $300 when you open a new checking account at citadelbanking.com/radio.
Citadel Credit Union, a Forbes Best in State credit union, federally insured by NCUA.
Tonight after the game, don't miss the Fanatic Birds postgame show, sponsored by Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Throughout our lives, we make plans for all kinds of big events for our children, and one of those events is where your child should go to college. So what do you do if college isn't for them? What if they're in college and it was the wrong choice? Is your son or daughter always talking sports or creating videos? CSB Media Arts Center is home to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and it could be the perfect fit. The world of content creation starts at CSB with audio and video production, podcasting, sports broadcasting, and more. Get the skills employers need at CSB Media Arts Center in months, not years, and at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year degree. I know because I'm a graduate. Schedule a tour and learn about all of CSB's programs like filmmaking, social media marketing, and web development. CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. GoCSB.com. That's GoCSB.com.
Philadelphia sports. It's a family thing. 97.5, The Fanatic.
.23, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas, broadcasting live from Coco's Crush Bar and Grill here in Clearwater, Florida, as we're getting ready for kickoff under 7 hours from kickoff. Eagles-Bucks tonight at Raymond James Stadium, 12 o'clock hour, brought to us by Service First Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate when you purchase a complete heating and cooling system from Service First. Learn more at servicefirsthvac.com. Again, a special thanks to our man Vince from Philly Sports Trips, phillysportstrips.com. Check them out. He does a tremendous job getting all these Eagles fans together in all kinds of destinations around the country. And not just Eagles, right? He does stuff with Phillies and Sixers and Flyers. But it has been a tremendous time down here. He does a great job. All the events, you're never going to go bored. You got stuff planned, but then you also have free time. You can go around and do anything. So he does a tremendous job, and you feel like family no matter where you're at, because you got a bunch of Eagles fans with you, or a bunch of Phillies fans, Sixers fans, Flyers fans. And what was really cool, Ray, the other day, 2 days ago, the Phillies were playing the Mets, and I mean, we were all together watching the Phillies game together.
That's
right.
Awesome.
We're at a bar in Clearwater. We're all wearing our Eagles gear, but then boom, you're watching the Phillies beat the Mets. And the magic number, Ray, is now down to just 1 before they get to the playoffs. Go Birds!
Another
go
one
Phillies.
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Go Phils,
dude.
too.
I'm telling you, I've said it a million times. It's been nonstop, and I love it. And I can't wait for the tailgate today. There's gonna be so many people right after the show. So Bob, Pat, and I are gonna take care of some pregame duties, and then we're gonna head over to the tailgate, and it's just gonna be awesome. I can't wait. So one of my favorite things. And this was, again, with Vince. I went down to the Landover, Maryland takeover last year.
Right.
When we had over 1,000 people go down with his company alone. And it was to go see Carson Wentz and the Commanders. And remember, they sacked him 9 times in that game. But, dude, one of my favorite parts was we all walked in together into the stadium.
That's
so
cool.
Imagine you're a Buccaneers fan tonight. And then there's 500, 600, 700 Eagles fans from one tailgate walking in together. Like, that's going to be, like, that must be scary if you're a Buccaneers fan. Because you think we're these awful, rowdy people, which we're not. Just stay out of our way. But that's got to be like a scary sight where you're basically, you're hearing the march of the footsteps walking into your stadium.
Marching on the ship, pretty much. I would go hide inside that little, what's the pirate ship they got in there?
I'm excited for that. Now, they do it after they score touchdowns, right? But they probably do it at kickoff. I would imagine they light the cannons at kickoff.
I'd hope. Otherwise,
because I want to hear it one time.
Right. I was going to say, some games they might not get it.
Right. So I'm hoping that they at least do it during kickoff or something and has nothing to, and then they don't score anymore.
Probably do it for Barber, right? A little Rondé Barber,
maybe.
Cannon action.
I don't think he deserves the cannon. I think he stinks.
I'm shocked.
I want to hear the cannon at least one time. I think that'd be pretty fun.
I think that'd be pretty cool. You got to get the full experience.
Exactly.
It's like, it'd be like going out to Milwaukee to a Brewers game and you don't see the mascot go down the slide.
Right, exactly.
But you're not rooting for the other home run. You just would like to see it at the beginning of the game.
I just want to see it one time. One time, that's all. By the way, big news for the Chargers. Mike Williams, he can't catch a break with injuries.
No.
Tore his ACL. He's out for the season. So the Chargers lose one of their big weapons. And that team, of course, is all about offense because their head coach that's supposed to be a defensive genius, just like Jonathan Gannon. Like, these guys, it's hilarious to me. These guys are supposed to be defensive geniuses, and they can't get any stops. Now, Jonathan Gannon got some stops yesterday, though. So I'll appreciate that for one day.
I think he gets 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. That's it until we go back to hating him because he should be in prison. So maybe we'll take him out of solitary confinement for a day, let him see the light.
Yeah, let him see the light.
And then put him back in for a day. He still gets his meals, right? He
Yeah.
still gets his 3
I
meals.
think we give him a visit,
That little
too.
shoot. Nah.
Nah, you got to get a visit. Sorry. I mean, you got Kaiser White calling Dak a bum. Like,
Yeah, no, but Kazir White made the play, and Jonathan Gannon didn't get in his ear and say, call him a bum. You know, it'd be great, call him a bum. No, that was all Kazir White. So he gets
White's got
one
that
day
fire
out-
in his gut, right?
Yeah. I have that at top after some certain restaurants too.
You had
But
the fire in your gut when you woke up this morning.
I sure did. But I mean, it's I'll give him one day out of solitary confinement. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I mean,
So by the way, speaking of that, with Jonathan Gannon, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys yesterday. So what I want to do today, as we've done for the first 2.5 hours of the show, but we'll continue it through the end of the show. I want you to call in at 610-632-0975 and call in and pretend like I'm a voicemail, right? And leave a message for a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys fan that is in your life, that is always busting your stones, always bothering you, always shouting, "We them boys" and all that. I think about our man T. Will. T. Will, every once in a while, sees this white truck around the area in South Jersey. And it's a white truck with just blue stuff all over it. Blue We Them Boys, blue Cowboy stars, blue everything. It is a diehard Dallas Cowboys truck. And I hope that guy parked that thing in the garage because he's embarrassed. And I hope that's the case. I hope that car is not seeing the light of day. But anyways, if you know a Cowboys person, Cowboys fan in your life, family, friend, coworker, I want you to call in and leave a voicemail. Leave a message for that person. And what I've been doing all show long is, we've been jotting it down, what time they call in, and then have that person go back to the podcast and go listen to it. That's going to be your very special voicemail for the Cowboys person in your life, that Cowboys crumb. I want them to know that you are thinking about them today. And I know that we're going to get a good one in a little bit, but let's go to Sean, who's here not here in Tampa, because I'm in Clearwater, but Sean in Tampa. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, what's up, Tunis? What's up, Ray?
What's going on, dude?
Hey, listen, guys. This city, it is a sea of green out here, all right?
Oh, yeah.
I love to see it. I'm a student here at UT. It's my senior year. Sophomore year, we got our butts kicked by Brady, and I'm ready for revenge today.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't ready to win that game, so it's okay, right? But now...
Yeah, not at all. But this one, I'm expecting Jalen to come out, get some revenge.
Damn right.
I'm ready to puff my chest to some Bucks fans when we get out there and boo Rondé.
Exactly. Are you going to the game tonight?
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're a senior at college right now. What's it like around campus? Because I imagine a lot of these Florida schools, you have a lot of out-of-towners. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of Northeasterners like myself.
So there are a lot of Eagles fans around. Have you met a lot of Eagles fans during your time here?
Oh yeah, I got a big inner circle. Me and my roommate are going to the game.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's cool. And so, what's the vibe been like? I mean, I'm sure you've, like you said, it's a sea of green right now. I mean, it is literally everywhere you look down in Clearwater right now. It's Eagles fans.
Yeah, of course. I was out in the town over the weekend, and I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had to say "Go Birds."
Yeah, and you're acting like it's a bad thing. That's a great thing, man. You probably feel like you're back at home.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It just strained my vocal cords a bit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And imagine I have to talk for a living. Now, how great was that game last night? The Cowboys losing to the Cardinals.
Oh,
how
my
awesome was
God.
that?
Oh, seeing that just puts a smile on your face, you know?
Now, do you have Cowboys fans at school?
I'll tell you what. If they are here, they're in their show because I have yet to meet one. I've been here for 4 years.
That's awesome. That's fantastic, Sean. Enjoy yourself tonight, man. Go Birds. You'll be surrounded by Eagles fans today. I love that he feels at home at college in Tampa right now. I love that he feels at home. I feel at home right now, too, because Bob Cooney's back. Bob Cooney's ready to get some lunch here at Coco's Crush Bar and Grill after his tremendous job with John Kincaid in the morning show today. Is Pat taking a nap, probably?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, Bob did some laps.
Wow.
Did
Look
you
at him.
avoid? Did you have to avoid other swimmers? Yeah. So that you were doing some drills too. Like you were like doing cone drills in the pool. All right, I'm looking forward to this because I know this man can bring it on any day. But the day after the Cowboys lost and the day of an Eagles game, and I'm asking for callers today to call in and leave a voicemail for that Cowboys fan in your life. Unfortunately, we all have one. Right? Unfortunately, we all have that Cowboys fan in our life that will always bother us no matter how things are going well for the Eagles and how bad things are going for the Cowboys. But a day like today, they are going quiet. So we have to check in on them and make sure everything's all right. Let's go to Mike and Delran. Mike, go Birds. And what do we got tonight? Who are we leaving a message for today, Mike?
Everyone. This is on you. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. It's the Arizona Cardinals. They couldn't even play a Canadian Football League. Rich Gannon's a joke, and you lost. Dallas, you suck. Go Bears!
I think that's a good one. Thanks, Mike. Ray, I think you did a good job there.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll mark this one down in the podcast for everyone to go listen to.
Yeah,
City of Dallas.
That was definitely a good one, and that's why I don't get the guy who tweeted me earlier saying this is why they look at us like a little brother. What do you mean? Like they dog us every chance they can. They take shots at us every chance that they can. But you know what? It's our turn because we own the NFC East. The Eagles will break the tide of no back-to-back winners for 18 seasons. They're going to break that this year. They'll be back-to-back division winners. And it starts tonight when you take a 3-0, your 3-0 start to your season, when you beat the Bucs and the Cowboys lose yesterday and fall to 2-1. And we should enjoy that. We should celebrate that. And tomorrow, when we're back on the air, I'll be back one more show down here. Ray, you'll be back at the studio. Tomorrow we'll focus strictly on the Eagles win, right? We'll talk specifically the good and the bad. Hopefully not many bad things, but we'll talk about the game. We'll break it down. But today, it's game night. Right now I'm doing middays, man. I got a pregame show to do, so I'll be very serious about football in a couple of hours. But right now, I want to celebrate the defeat that the Cowboys took yesterday, and I don't think that should be a problem.
I kind of question your Eagles fandom if you spend a Sunday of football where the Cowboys are playing and you don't take joy in watching them lose. Truthfully. I think that's all part of the package here. If you have a Sunday without the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys are playing, your number one priority on that day should be watching them and cheering them on to lose. And you should take joy in that for at least the next 24 hours, whether or not the Birds play on Monday or whether they played on Thursday. Your sole purpose of that Sunday without the Birds should be rooting against the Cowboys.
Absolutely. That's what we did yesterday. And I was with a bunch of Eagles fans celebrating that loss yesterday. And the second that interception was thrown, it wasn't cheers, right? It was laughter. And that's the best part, right? When Dak threw that pick, it wasn't the hundreds of Eagles fans that I was with cheering. We had a collective laugh. The laugh that you heard Mike from Delran do just now during that call, that's what all of us were doing. We were laughing at Dak Prescott. We were laughing at Mike McCarthy. We were laughing at Jerry Jones and Chris Christie. We were laughing at all those guys. And it just brings me so much joy. And I'll be honest, dude, one of my favorite things on a Sunday night or Sunday afternoon after the loss, I know not many people like Stephen A. Smith, but the Stephen A. Smith video that he'll post of himself laughing at the Cowboys, I take great joy in that.
Oh, it's A1 content.
It is great content.
It's elite tier stuff.
He can barely speak when he's laughing, and I love every second of it. And then I see the video from Skip Bayless of him he can't even speak. He's just shaking his head, breathing really weird.
Yeah, that was a little much for me.
I'll
be honest. I was
that was a weird video. Yes, that I put out.
Wanted to laugh at the downfall of him, and then I was watching, and when he said I was quite literally speechless, I was like, oh, he's going to say something,
and he didn't.
And then he's just gasping for air, and I don't know whether or not I should call someone to help the guy, or if he's not really good at acting and just should stick to the whole yelling thing. I was really confused. The Stephen A. one, though, it's waiting for the new one to drop every time the Cowboys lose.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I absolutely love it. But that was fun yesterday, seeing that interception with fellow Eagles fans, and we just laughed and we cheered a little bit, but it was mainly laughter. And now we're all fired up for tonight's game. So speaking of tonight's game, I want to focus on this a little bit, Ray, because this is you've been doing nights with Tom the last couple of weeks, so I haven't been able to have the one-on-one conversation with you. let me ask you, so far through 2 weeks, it's a pretty open-ended question, but it'll lead into what we end up talking about. What have your thoughts been so far on the Eagles through 2 weeks?
Sky's falling, flash in the pan last season.
Yeah, of course.
I can't believe we even had any thoughts and expected. No, I'm feeling good. I mean, 2-0, obviously. Like I mentioned earlier today, the caveat of everything with everyone has prefaced stuff with, Jalen Hurts is going to get it going, or I believe that 2-0 is a good thing. Like, obviously, you like where they are in terms of record-wise. I think defensively, I think they haven't gotten nearly enough credit for what they've been able to do on that side of the football, given just everything working against them, especially in that Vikings game, and the fact in both games.
Did you hear the Darius Slay clip that
Yes.
I played last week? And like, I think that's just, I just want to remind people that he straight up said, like, man, we're getting a bad rep for what we've done so far, but we've had early leads, so what are they going to do? They're going to throw the football all day. And what do? We're going to play 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage because we don't want to allow the big play to let them come back in the game too quickly. And I don't what he said, we need to be in agreement with.
Oh, absolutely. And I was working, Tom and I played that actually, and he was trying to play the devil's advocate of not necessarily trying to take the other side on that, but just thinking about how someone else might take it. And he's like, someone might think that's an excuse. I could see that being, I don't see that as an excuse. I see it as the truth. Like, the truth of the matter is that the defense has had a lot of factors against it so far this season. And in both games, they've put the offense in a position to score points. And in
They've
both
forced
games,
a lot of turnovers already.
They've forced turnovers. And the offense, especially in that Patriots game, gave them 5 straight 3-and-outs, gives you nothing to work with to getting right back on the field and kind of letting the Patriots go move the football. And I think that was a big thing early on for me, is I've liked the defense more than I've liked what I've gotten out of the offense. And the one thing I could say for the offense is I've liked that they've made adjustments into the second half, and I just want to see them get into more of a rhythm early on. And I want to see them start to, that second quarter Eagles that we talked about from a year ago. Yeah. That, to me, is something where I see a rhythm in the first half, because I haven't seen that yet. That's the one thing for me coming out of the first 2 weeks that kind of has me a little leery. And, of course, the way Hurts has played. I know in my heart, I believe he's going to be fine. But I have seen this season, what I've seen so far this season is not up to the standard he's set, and that's just the truth of the matter. If you play like a top 5 quarterback, you get paid like a top 5 quarterback, and your expectations are go win the Super Bowl.
And you should be criticized.
You got to do it.
Top 5 quarterback.
Right. That's exactly it.
It's fair to be critical without making it seem like I think he's a terrible quarterback. It's
undo the contract.
Right. Exactly. Nobody's saying wave the magic wand. Right. I'm sure there's somebody in the city that's doing that at some point. You could probably hear him. But whatever. I'll leave that alone because I'm tired of that rhetoric. Just let's see how contracts play out more than 2 months into a season. But anyways, I'll just leave it at that. Nobody's doing that just yet. So I want to do this right on the other side. I want to hear from you what you need to see tonight to start feeling a little bit better, because you and I are in lockstep, right? They're 2-0. It's hard to win the NFL. I know it's very cliche, but it is. It's hard to win in the NFL. So through 2 weeks, they have not been perfect, but they have done enough to win. And if they were 0-2 and playing like this, we'd be freaking out, man. Right? So they're 2-0, and that should be enough for you to feel okay about the Eagles right now. But I know that there are still some concerns. So what I'm asking you, and I also want to ask the audience today at 610-632-0975, what do you need to see in tonight's game? Tonight's game for you to say, okay, we're back. This is the team that I expected to see going into the season, and I'm glad that I'm starting to feel better. I want to know what you need to see tonight. I'll give you mine as well, 610-632-0975. Also, right around 1 o'clock, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and it's for the people that I know that don't like waiting on hold for a long time, and they want to get in and get out. And so we're going to do something during the final hour of the show to make sure that you can get your point across, and it'll be nice and quick, I promise. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. But let me tell you about something that I can't wait to tell you about. We all love deals, right? We all love looking for that good deal. You like going, oh man, it's half price wing night, right? Or look at this. This thing's buy one get one free. We all love deals. Deals are great. You know what? Deals are sometimes important for some important parts of your life, and an important part of your life is having a roof over your head. So that's what you're going to get with New Look Home Design. You're going to get a deal and a great roof. You can get 50% off all materials. All materials. That means siding, and it also means roofing. You're going to get 0% interest-free financing for 5 years. And you're going to get dinner on New Look Home Design. So think about this. You're getting half off on your roof. You're getting 0% interest-free financing for 5 years, and they're also going to give you dinner. If you schedule a free consultation with New Look Home Design, you'll get a $100 Restaurant.com gift card for just inviting us into your home. Any completed estimates will receive a gift card, whether they purchase from them or not. So you don't even have to make a purchase, but hear them out, hear what they got. And if you say, I'm not ready for this kind of commitment, they're still going to give you $100 of a Restaurant.com gift card. Just make sure you say Andrew sent you. You'll also get an extra 5% off if you're a senior citizen, if you're a teacher, which I love that. I love that New Look Home Design supports teachers, and they also support our military and first responders. So you'll get also an extra 5% off. New Look Home Design is a GAF Master Elite contractor. This status is only offered to less than 2% of roofing contractors in North America, and they're a part of that 2%. There are those that have earned this designation and exhibited an uncompromising commitment to the highest standards in sales and service and installation. They are Master Elite contractors. They're authorized to offer any GAF Enhanced Limited Warranty. They're incredible. Good housekeeping seal, which is fantastic. Roofs for troops. I love this. The additional 5%, like I mentioned. You can get a $250 rebate when you install a qualifying GAF roofing system on your home and purchase an enhanced warranty. Free roof inspections, which I think is really cool. They work with all insurance companies, right? Not just one specific insurance company. They work with all insurance companies to complete comprehensive roof inspections to help get homeowners a new roof for just the cost of their deductible. This is great. They work with you to try to make your life easy, and they're also helping out your bank account with the 50% off deal. Call 1-800-279-5300. That's 1-800-279-5300, or visit them online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's newlookhomedesign.com, and tell them Andrew sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles return to action. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Boost Infinite. Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the insane, amazing wireless offer from Boost Infinite. To learn all about it, just pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say Boost Infinite. Finally, we get some Eagles football. The long layoff is finally over. Between the Thursday Night Football win a week and a half ago over the Vikings, tonight the Birds play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7:15 on ABC, a battle of 2-0 teams in Tampa. The Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1992-93 seasons. No Quez Watkins, no Boston Scott for the Birds tonight. Looking around the NFL, the Cowboys, well, they were shocked by the Cardinals. Jonathan Gannon's squad winning 28-16 over the Cowboys. The Commanders also got crushed by the Bills 37-3. Eagles can have sole possession of the NFC East lead after 3 weeks if they take care of business tonight. The Phillies swept the Mets in a 4-game set over the weekend. They can clinch. Well, they clinch with a couple of scenarios, but they can take care of it themselves on Tuesday. Nick Castellanos homered yesterday. Christopher Sanchez looked great. Orion Kirkgren made his debut in the 8th, struck out 2. The slider looking great. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
In front, deflected, scores! Andrew Salchunas, all things Philadelphia sports. Touchdown! Coming up this morning at 10, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hey guys, Andrew, snapping to action this NFL season with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on all the action. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. The app's super easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, a whole lot more. What I suggest you to do with the $5 is build an SGP, same game parlay. Try to turn that $5 into a couple of $100. And if it doesn't hit, well, you got $200 in guaranteed bonus bets to play with. So visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is it possible that fast internet could take your business to the next level? With gig speed Wi-Fi from Comcast Business, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/12/2023. Restrictions apply. Eco bill and auto pay required. New 50 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible router.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster. In the back.
Hey, man. Looking good. It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look so great. They always get my fit just right. They send clothes that work for me and my budget. They even found me my favorite pair of jeans. I'd like to thank Stitch Fix because let's get real, I couldn't make this style happen on my own. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. They just get me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at StitchFix.com.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set for just $34.97, both exclusively at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools, the highest quality tool brand at Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros.
Whether it's a backyard barbecue, delicious, or a parking lot tailgate, nothing gets the party started like Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal. With Kingsford Matchlight, all it takes is a match. No lighter fluid needed, making it the perfect charcoal for on-the-go get-togethers. Give your food a smoky barbecue flavor and give your crowd something else to cheer about. With Kingsford Matchlight Charcoal, Kingsford's fastest lighting charcoal. Kingsford.com.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes.
But I'm not tired.
Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets, and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best.
Bye, Mom!
Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at ZQuil.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I just had the best experience. My daughter went to the doctor and everything she needed was covered.
Everything? What insurance do you have?
Kids Partners, the CHIP plan from Jefferson Health Plans. It covers doctor and dentist appointments, ER visits, prescriptions, and more. Plus, my daughter can also get a new pair of glasses. They even offer free gym memberships.
Visit hpplans.com or call 866-599-0809 to learn more about Kids Partners, a part of Jefferson Health Plans.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5, The Fanatic.
1250, 97.5, The Fanatic. It is a game day football Monday. And football Mondays on The Fanatic presented by Pierce Phelps, Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors. Visit nopaybryant.com for flexible spending options on a new heating and cooling system. We are getting closer to kickoff. 7:15 tonight, Raymond James Stadium. Can't wait for it. Ray, there's an Eagles little note that I want to give to you, and I also want you to answer the question, the thing that you need to see tonight to start making you feel a little bit better. We're happy the Eagles are 2-0, but it hasn't been perfect. What can they do to maybe calm your nerves tonight? But I got to tell you, not a crazy story, but, I like to meet people. So I'm down here in Clearwater, right? And I've been talking to Eagles fans constantly. But I also spoke with somebody that was here not for football.
Okay.
So I'm at the hotel bar. This was 2 days ago. And a bunch of us were going out to dinner. And so I was waiting for Bob Cooney. It's a good place to meet up with Bob, is a bar.
Good place to find him, too.
Yeah, exactly. But he found me. I told him I'll be at the bar. And so I'm sitting there waiting for Bob. You know, he told me to be down in 5. It took like 20. But that's okay. His beer got warm. It was waiting for him. So I'm sitting there, and this lovely lady came up next to me and asked me if I could help grab the attention of the bartender because she feels as if she keeps getting passed up.
Ooh.
But she also said it with an incredible accent, as she was from New Zealand.
Wow.
Right. I'm not going to attempt it because I'm totally sober, but I was hitting it on all cylinders, the accent the other day. But she's telling me, she's like, yeah, you know, I just feel like I'm getting passed over, blah, blah. I'm like, let me run them down, blah, blah. And she goes, are you one of the football fans, right? And I was like, yeah, American football, blah, blah. And she goes, it's amazing how many of you travel. I was like, is it kind of like a soccer club for you? She said, oh, yeah. So it was really cool, right? Like, we were bonding, right? Because she understands the passion of sport. But she also understood another passion that I did not. Her best friend's husband from New Zealand was the world champion of speedboat racing.
Wow.
So while we're down here, the world champions of speedboat racing is happening. So he is trying to defend his title as the world champion of speedboat racing. And I'm sitting there going, you're pulling my leg, right? And then I look at what she's wearing. She's wearing, like, the uniform. And then she points to me to where they're sitting at. They're all in uniform. Like, you know, advertisers. Like, it looks like a soccer uniform, right? But speedboat racing. And I was just fascinated. I was like, how does he even get into this? I was like, he has money, doesn't he? And she's like, well, I don't want to really answer that question. I was like, okay, so that's a yes.
That's a yes.
Because, like, how do you become a speedboat racer without money? Like, you can't just become a good speedboat racer. You have to be rich. But
just sitting there envisioning the boat.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
this is how I drive.
No, he's got money, so good for him. But it's crazy. There are a lot of people here to watch speedboat racing, and he was the world champion. And so I found that really interesting. Like, you know, you never know who you're going to run into when you're out, just out and about.
This sounds like a way of you saying you're extending the stay because you have to see what happens in the speedboat racing.
Oh no, it took place yesterday.
Ah,
yesterday was the championship.
How'd it go?
I'll be honest. I did watch for a little bit. So
of course,
I've been going on a run every morning, and there's a nice bridge into another part of Florida called Sand Key, which is the next town next to Clearwater, other than Tampa, the opposite direction. And so I like going. I did it when I was in Clearwater in March for spring training. I'll go for the run over the bridge, and right when you get to the top of the bridge, you get a beautiful view of all over the place. It's gorgeous. And they were racing right near the bridge, so I actually stopped and watched some of the races. The reason why I left was a helicopter was following the boats, like filming it. And when I tell you, this guy must have been the most gifted helicopter pilot in the world. Because he is flying, I'm not joking, feet above their heads.
Oh.
Like that close. And, you know, it's an extreme sport, right? And so this guy's a pilot, and they have somebody recording everything, getting video. But I was right near the bridge where they were racing. This helicopter was getting uncomfortably close to my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
There,
I was like, you know what? I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's
and so
a no for me.
The hotel, the room every room has a balcony, so I kind of watched a little bit from the balcony, and then I got bored because it was cooler being right near the boats. But the helicopter kind of freaked me out. I like my head on my shoulders. I don't necessarily want it chopped off. So yeah, I was cool with leaving it. But yeah, so it was kind of cool. I met this lady from New Zealand whose best friend's husband is the world champion of speedboat racing.
Well, was.
Or maybe. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he might have had a good start to the weekend, but you know those speedboat races, they get intense. And sometimes,
exactly.
You might get off to a good start. And
you never know, man. It was crazy. But anyways, let's get back to the Eagles. All right. As my old friend Rob Ells would say. Did you see this report on James Bradbury?
I did.
I love this. And I love that he's comfortable with it. And I love that Sean Desai is kind of pushing it. So Jordan Schultz, he covers the NFL, does work with ESPN. He's reporting that James Bradbury is going to move into the slot today. So he's going to be slot corner. Vontae Maddox, of course, done for the season. It's a matchup decision because Chris Godwin's on the other side, and he's a very talented, explosive wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a season-long decision for James Bradbury because Schultz points out it's unconventional. He's 6'1", 212. You don't normally see a guy of that size playing in the slot. But I love that Sean Desai is imploring one of his more talented corners to shadow a talented receiver, even though it's in a different position. I love that he's doing this.
Yeah, I just questioned the sustainability of it. And that was part of, like, I was talking about it this past week leading up, where I kind of wanted to see them roll with what they have in Goodrich and see whatever happens. And if it's going poorly, all right, well, you know that you at least feel comfortable with the idea of Bradbury, but don't create a problem on the outside to try and fix a problem on the inside. So, hey, I hope Josh Jobe has himself a game. I hope he shows that he's the answer.
But here's what you do. You put, I would imagine in this scenario, Darius Slay is shadowing Mike Evans then.
Right.
Which they did this last year against Justin Jefferson. So I imagine they do a similar situation now because you have two very talented wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My guess would be that Darius Slay, no matter what side of the field Mike Evans is on, I would have him shadow him. And then you have James Bradbury covering Godwin in the slot. And then you let Josh Jobe do the rest. And so I'm cool with this. I like this aggressive decision by Sean Desai. I do. I get what you're saying.
For one game, yeah, I get it.
Right. I don't know if this is a week-by-week decision. This might be hey, there's an explosive receiver in the slot. We want to make sure we have our better corner, our top paid corner on him. So I like that move by the Eagles.
Yeah, I just get worried. Like, if you do this for one game and it's not something that you can sustain over the season, are you really fixing the problem that you have, or are you just patching it up for the moment? And that's the only cause for concern with me with doing this, because I felt like this was the way they were trending, because I think it was E.J. Smith was on with the best show ever and had mentioned that this was something that I think it was Sirianni didn't really give a hardcore answer on it. He was like, I think that's definitely him giving you a little bit of a tell that he doesn't want to say anything that would give an advantage to the Buccaneers. And I think, I forget who else during the week was on, I don't know who was on the station, but had something similar to say about basically, hey, like, it seems like this is the way it's It was Dave Zangaro with the best show ever also, who said something similar of, like, I think it's going to be Bradbury inside for now. How long that lasts, that's a bigger question. But I thought this might be coming, but I also want to see the solution to this play out, a little bit differently throughout the season.
All right, well, that must mean they also believe in Josh Jobe, though.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, listen, I can't really rip the guy. The guy looked good, and he's part of the reason why the Patriots didn't complete that pass at the end of the game. I mean, he pushed him out of bounds.
He pushed him, man. Even though he was beat, he made the play.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. You make the play. Darius Slay was beat on a play. He came back and almost intercepted it. Like, as long as you finish the play, I don't care how it looks during, as long as you finish the play, and Josh Jobe did that, and that's part of the reason why you won week one. So here's the deal. I want to know from you at 610-632-0975, and Ray, I'll ask you too. So tonight, Eagles-Bucks. The Eagles are 2-0. It hasn't necessarily been pretty. I do think today is the game that kind of calms a lot of our nerves. But I want to ask you guys, what is the thing that you need to see tonight where you go, all right, that's much better? And I'll give you my answer first, and I'm sorry if I steal anybody's. And, Ray, I'm sorry if I'm stealing yours, so start thinking. But I know that I'm going out on a limb talking about Jalen Hurts. But I want to see a good game out of Jalen Hurts where we are happy with every decision that he makes, and I need to see him keep his eyes upfield. Because what we saw so far through 2 weeks was he gets pressure and he puts his head down. And you know what? They've won 2 games, and he's completing a decent percentage of passes. But his issue 2 years ago, and I will say his issue, right? I know a lot of people believed in Jalen Hurts and he was going to be the guy moving forward. One of the things that left me doubting 2 years ago was he was one read. He'd sense pressure, he's put his head down. And I know that he is talented with his legs, but you just talked about sustainability with James Bradbury in the slot. How much can you sustain Jalen Hurts putting his head down and running and getting hit as many times as he does? So what I need to see out of him today is keep his eyes downfield, because if A.J. Brown is your first read, you have Devontae Smith. You have Dallas Goedert. You will have DeAndre Swift or Kenneth Gainwell open, I believe, or ability to be open in the flat. You have so many weapons on this team that I don't want you to give up after just one read. And I want you to protect your body. Jalen Hurts, him being healthy is best for the team because he is a talented quarterback. So all I need him to do is to keep his eyes downfield, and I need to see that tonight. He's going to play well. And he played well last week. He played better in the second half. He made some great throws to Devontae Smith. He made some good throws to A.J. Brown that got called back because of penalties. But I just need him to keep his eyes downfield and get that second and third read back to what he was doing last year, because we saw that last year. Last year, he was a damn near perfect quarterback where he kept his eyes up downfield. He made multiple reads. He'd find the guy that was open. He'd throw them open. He did so many things right last year. I just need him to kind of get back to that. Is that a good answer, Ray? I'll ask you.
That is a fantastic answer, Andrew.
All right,
I like that answer a lot because you need to see out of Hurts what you would expect, and we need to raise. He talks about all the time. The standard is the standard, and we need. I need him to reach his standard. I need him to get to where we expect him to be. So I'm right there with you. For me, I keep it with the offense. For what you're saying, but I want 2 offensive touchdowns in the first half because they've come out scripted-wise. The first 2 games, gotten themselves into the red zone, and then the red zone play calling has driven me nuts. And I want to get them to actually finish the first drive where they put up field goals the first 2 times. And then after that, they have just gone quiet offensively in terms of what they've been able to do in the first half. They've had multiple frustrating drives, especially, again, I go back to the Patriots. I need them to kind of click and hit that rhythm earlier on in the game so I'm not sitting there at halftime like, well, I hope they got something good for this second half because that offense has not looked like what I expected going in. I need them to find that offensive. And I think a lot of that starts with what you're talking about with Hurts. And a lot of that starts with him getting into the flow of the game a little bit quicker and him starting to really find what he's looking for in that first half instead of, like you said, that second half where he made a couple of really good throws. Second half against the Patriots, he had a couple of throws, a couple of windows he fitted in that was like, okay, this looks a little bit more like what I expect, but not to the level at which we came to expect a season ago.
No, and I love that. I think that's a great answer. Finish your drives, right? Because, we know how teams could score in this league. And, 6, 7 points is a lot better than 3. It makes a big difference. So I love that. It's a great answer, finishing drives. I'm going to get to the calls in a second, but 1 o'clock hour brought to us by Ferguson HVAC Line Conklin. Attention HVAC contractors for equipment parts and supplies for every heating and cooling job. Visit one of Ferguson's counter locations in Bensalem, King of Prussia, Pennsauken, or Westchester. One more thing real quick. Back to we talked about the Jets earlier and how it's a tragedy if they don't call for a quarterback because Zach Wilson's terrible. I did not realize this. Jamal Hutchinson told me that Jay Glazer reported yesterday that Wentz and Matt Ryan, Matt Ryan's agent, Matt Ryan doesn't necessarily want to come back, but Matt Ryan's agent and Carson Wentz have reached out to the Jets, and the Jets said no. And look, I get it. Like, Matt Ryan's cooked, and Carson Wentz, we know's a mess. I would still rather go with Wentz than Wilson.
I mean,
Zach
might
Wilson
as well.
sucks.
Try
He's
it out.
So bad to the point where a guy's teeth were flying out of his mouth yesterday when he was young. Like, that guy's body was falling apart watching Zach Wilson play quarterback. I don't understand why they wouldn't at least bring in Wentz for a workout or any. I mean, they need to at this point. They can't keep with Zach Wilson. It's terrible.
Yeah, either that or hey, Minnesota, you're quietly rebuilding.
Yeah, I've seen that too on social media. Like, if they lose another game, if they fall to 0-4, it might not be a bad idea.
I don't know what the Jets the Jets just
he's on the last year of his deal, right?
Right, last year of the deal. I don't know how you make the money work. I'm not gonna pretend like I was sitting there last night. I had the machine up and I was moving around the money, but I think at some point you have to start going down the avenue. I know they like Zach Wilson's our quarterback. He's not. He's not your quarterback. And if he is your quarterback, congrats on a losing season and just throwing away everything you had. Like, you can already see the frustration with you. Garrett Wilson looks like he's ready to check out in the season already. He looks insanely frustrated with what Zach Wilson's doing, and justifiably so. He's not finding
exactly.
him.
You can't blame him.
No.
You absolutely can't blame him. All right, let's go back to the phone. Let's talk to Mike in Cherry Hill. Mike, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, I was going to say something else, but I can see what the problem is. And the problem is you guys. I blame you. Okay?
What did I do?
Because both of you, not you, just both of you. And the problem is you're with your heart. You're looking at this game in your heart, and you're just looking at it through the Super Bowl goggles of it. But the thing is, it's not last year. It's this year. Okay? It's this year. And until you see the team playing and performing at a high level, then miss me with all this, we'll finish the drives. And it's a lot of things that go on. The blocking, the chemistry, as we saw when they were arguing the other day. There's a lot of things that's going on that you guys are not. All you want to see is the extension from what happened. You know what? Last year is over. Okay? This is a new year. And if Baker Mayfield comes in here, plays tonight and beats us, then that's a wake-up call for every Eagle fan, including myself. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. How about that? As opposed to wish-casting a team to play like they did last year. So like I told you, it's your fault for wish-casting and saying, oh, well, we're going to be we're going to be better than we were last year when we went to the Super Bowl. No, it's a different team. And a different team means you have to look at it and assess it from, at least a team put up 70 points yesterday. man, like my papa said to me, man, hope is not a strategy. Okay? So we're not hoping and wishing on a star. We're just going to look out and see if this team can perform at the level that they did last year. But when I hear the media and these talking heads like you guys, I feel like, man, it's bad. It's bad radio. How about this? How
It's
about
bad radio.
game based on what you see? And for what I see,
You know what, Mike? I have an idea. How about on game days?
New England, bad, arguing on the sideline.
Are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
How about on game days? We're not even on the air then. We'll wait till the game's over to even go on the air. How about that?
I'm not saying to take it to that extreme, but I'm saying, hey, all this witch casting,
I told you that through 2 weeks it has not been pretty, but they are 2. He's just going to keep going. He's just going to he won't stop. The Eagles are 2-0. It has not been pretty. I'm expecting that tonight is the night that they break through. My man would not have shut up. He would not have stopped talking unless I hung up on him. He might still be talking for all I know. He might still be talking. It is our fault. I don't even know what the problem is. What did I do wrong? The Eagles are 2-0, so I haven't ruined anything. I don't know what he's complaining about.
I just appreciate him including me.
Yeah, good job.
I'm glad to be a part of the problem. That it was part of me.
But hold on, let me what I didn't say. Jalen Hurts will keep his head up downfield tonight, but that's what I want to see to start feeling better about the team that is 2-0, but has struggled through 2 weeks. I don't believe we set anything out of line. I also think that they take a step back this year and only win 12 games instead of 14. I don't know what Mike's been listening to. I think Mike is living in his own little world, and I think Mike is probably secretly a Cowboys fan for all I know. I was waiting for him to say, how about them Cowboys or something?
Yeah.
And I would have laughed because they lost. He did not sound totally like an Eagles fan to me.
No. Also, the wait-and-see approach for where we sit, I guess maybe for 6 o'clock tonight at pregame, you just say, hey, guys, we're going to wait and see, and we'll just go with dead air for the next hour. I don't know. There's no wait and see when it comes. We've seen 2 games. This team came in here with Super Bowl expectations, and you're just going to sit there and say, well, you got to wait and see. No, we've seen 2 games.
Do you not know what sports talk is? We're talking about a team on a daily basis. Slip and Benny checks in with a great gif from Wedding Crashers with Vince Vaughn, who's saying, why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was just being yelled at. And John checks in. Is Mike a Cowboys fan? I think he is. I think secretly he was a Cowboys fan, and he's trying to bring us down because his squad lost last night embarrassingly.
He's calling it bad radio while he's calling from a potato phone. Man, get your audio in check.
No, I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that he hears what he wants to hear. Nobody's saying Super Bowl right now. Through 2 weeks, we're saying they're 2-0. That's great. They need to improve to get back to the Super Bowl. Because like you said, Ray, we have Super Bowl expectations. So I have expectations. They are not playing to my level of expectations just yet. I said just 2 weeks ago, Jalen Hurts is going to take a slight step back this year. And not in terms of oh, my God, he's going to be a top 20 quarterback. No, he's going to go from 2 to 5. He'll still be top 5 quarterback when it's all said and done. It's been a slow start to the season. They'll be fine. So I hope Mike curls up in a blanket and watches the game today with some chamomile tea so he can calm down a little bit. And then when they win and we all feel better, I want to hear from him tomorrow. When Baker Mayfield comes in, Baker Mayfield's not going to do squat. Baker Mayfield stinks, okay? And this Eagles offense will not let him be comfortable, or this defense will not let him be comfortable all day long. And I believe that this is the game where the Eagles offense finally breaks out. If they don't, like I've been saying all day and last week, then we will have the conversation. But in my belief, in what I've seen so far through 2 weeks for the Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I've watched their games, because I knew that they'd be playing them week 3, I am looking forward to seeing the Eagles offense break through tonight because that's what I truly believe. And Baker Mayfield might throw for 270 yards. You know why? Because the Eagles, they're going to be up. And so Mayfield's going to throw the football a lot, just like we saw with Kirk Cousins, just like we saw with Mac Jones. But I bet you Mike doesn't realize that. Mike probably looks at stats. And Mike believes that Mac Jones had a great game. Mac Jones was down 16-0, so he threw the ball 75 times. And then he brings up the Dolphins. The Dolphins scored 70 points last night. I guarantee you the Dolphins will not score 70 points the rest of the season. And I don't know the next time we're going to see 70 points. So don't point out an outrageous game yesterday against a direct franchise in the Denver Broncos to be a reason why you should be concerned about the Eagles. That makes no sense. Forget about the Dolphins. You're not going to see them for a while. And you're going to see them one time and maybe a second time in the Super Bowl if that's the case. But the Dolphins shouldn't scare you. Don't worry about the Dolphins. Even if the Dolphins beat the Eagles in the regular season, it's the regular season. My God. Jeez. That must be a miserable life to live. Have a little fun, damn it. 610-632-0975, the number to climb in. I promise I'll get to Tom and John coming up. We'll continue. I also want to build a little parlay with you today, Ray. Is that okay?
That's more than fine.
Come on, man. We have one game. Well, I know it's a doubleheader tonight, but we're focusing on the Eagles. So we're sitting here focusing on one game tonight. So we got to put together a winner, and I'm looking forward to that. 610-632-0975. Manager Sal Chunas. 1 segment left right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Oh, the Birds are finally back. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel of Philadelphia. Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia is your game day headquarters. Pre-game, the Birds at the Ultimate Tailgate. Steps away from the stadium with Bob, Pat, Andrew, all for the FanDuel pre-game show for those home games. Finally, we get some Eagles football tonight. A long layoff after Thursday night football, and the win over the Vikings just a week and a half ago. The battle of 2-0 teams tonight in Tampa with the Buccaneers, 7:15 on ABC. Eagles looking to start 3-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1992-93 seasons. Looking around the rest of the NFL this weekend, Cowboys shocked by Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals 28-16. The Commanders got crushed by the Bills 37-3. In baseball, Phillies sweep the Mets in a 4-game set. Now the magic number down to 1. Yesterday's game, Castellanos homer. Christopher Sanchez looked great in it. Orion Kirkgary made his debut in the 8th, struck out 2 in a nasty slider that he showed off at the major league level. Phils win 5-2. This update's also brought to you by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's a great time to be a sports fan in Philadelphia.
This game is over!
The NFL season is underway. The Phillies are pushing toward a playoff appearance. And right around the corner, the return of the Flyers in the NHL and the Sixers in the NBA. If you want great local sports conversation, this is the place to be all day, every day. All things Philly sports is here. This is 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
You don't want to be taking shots for the rest of your life just to lose weight. Well, NJ Diet's typical results are twice as fast as weight loss injections without any of the side effects. Plus, you learn proper portion control and you develop healthy eating habits. So by the end of NJ Diet's 40-day program, you'll lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. And it's contractually guaranteed. You'll lose the weight and you'll keep it off the natural way. Because NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work along with scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat-burning zone. And then NJ Diet uses your DNA info to help keep the weight off. They got locations in Philly Metro and throughout the East Coast, and they're available with online video consultations too. So don't take shots for the rest of your life. Lose weight quickly the natural way with NJ Diet. 855-5NJ-DIET. Or schedule your consult today at njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they're making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high. And so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
Hey man, looking good. It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look so great. They always get my fit just right. They send clothes that work for me and my budget. They even found me my favorite pair of jeans. I'd like to thank Stitch Fix because let's get real, I couldn't make this style happen on my own. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. They just get me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at StitchFix.com.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
If your home or business just isn't giving you the joy it once did, it's time for a refresh. Contact your local CertaPro painters and put the power of pro to work for you. That's CertaPro's power of doing the job right, on time and on budget. The power of proven experts with the skills to refresh, rejuvenate, and reinvigorate your home or business. Get your project started today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
The AAA Eagles MVP membership is in full flight. Eagles MVP members receive all of the amazing benefits of AAA, along with Eagles rewards and experiences no Eagles fans will want to miss. Get discounts at the Eagles Pro Shop, chances to win tickets to every home game, pre-game sideline passes, exclusive invites to MVP events, and more. Join now and new members will get a $20 gift card to the Eagles Online Pro Shop, and you'll be immediately eligible to win Eagles rewards. Go to AAA.com/Eagles for details and join the flock today.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Michelle Ferrari, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell and Cordell.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes.
But I'm not tired.
Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best.
Bye, Mom!
Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at zquill.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Find the brands, inspiration, and great value you need to own your style at Macy's VIP sale, going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off fall trends and updates. Plus 15% off go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus shop specials and find great deals on top brands at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Your Philadelphia Union are back at home as the Boys in Blue battle Western Conference rivals FC Dallas Wednesday night, September 27th at 7:30 at Subaru Park. Don't miss the epic rematch. Limited tickets remain. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. Don't miss a second of the action. Watch every Union game this season on MLS Season Pass. Tune in all season long to 97.5thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, or on your smart speaker. 97.5 The Fanatic is your official 2023 Union radio broadcast partner, presented by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia.
Hey, it's number 59, Seth Joyner, Birds Football's best time of the year. Join me right now and open the BetParks Sportsbook app, and you're in the zone. BetParks is the only casino and sportsbook app that I use and recommend. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The confidence of underdogs covering, the tension before the clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. New customers make your first winning $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win, you bet. BetParks.
Must be 21 in NBA, New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland. Gambling call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tim McManus plays on one station in Philly, 97.5 The Fanatic.
$121, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salchunas. Football Monday on The Fanatic, presented by Pierce Self-Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors. Visit opayBryant.com for flexible spending options on a new heating and cooling system. kickoff less than 6 hours from now. I'm broadcasting live from Coco's Crush Bar and Grill here in Clearwater, Florida. And then after the show, me, Bob Cooney, Pat Egan will be taking care of some pregame duties. And then we'll head on over to Raymond James Stadium and hang out with a bunch of Eagles fans, tailgate and getting ready for the game. We're here with our friends from Vince from Philly Sports Trips. Tons of Eagles fans down here. So I'm so excited to be a part of this atmosphere tonight when we basically take over the stadium. It's going to be loud. Eagles fans are going to be loud. Now, real quick, Ray, were you a fan of The Office?
I was.
Apparently there's a reboot.
How? For what? Why? Why are we doing this?
I don't know. Apparently it's in the works. I'm seeing it all. It's all over Twitter. All these websites are writing about it. Apparently, they're trying to reboot it. Now, I don't know how that works.
Can we leave things alone?
Yeah, I mean, I get nervous that it's not going to be good, but I will watch it. Like, in a heartbeat, I will watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, of course, but I can already see, like, if it doesn't go perfectly, people are going to be incredibly disappointed by it.
I don't know. We'll see. So
and who's going back for it?
That's a good question. I don't know. But apparently, they are rebooting it, so that's going to be interesting. One other thing before we get back to the Eagles talk, according to Michael Grange, who covers the Raptors, so I don't know how he's a part of this. Anyways, he's reporting that the Magic are going to try to make Damian Lillard intrigued.
Oh?
So it's Florida. Obviously, he wants to be in Miami. Why not if you're Orlando? You got a bunch of young players you could trade. I don't like they don't really ever have players like that, so that'll be curious. But they're going to try to be aggressive with the Damian Lillard sweepstakes, according to a guy who covers the Toronto Raptors.
So. Swing for the fences, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's the old saying? Shoot for the stars, even if you miss, or shoot for the moon, even if you miss, to be a part of the stars.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Go for it, Magic. I mean, it's a fair shot at trying to be relevant. And especially what's good? Well, worst that happens, you're bad again.
Yeah, exactly. So put your name out there. Again, it's being reported by a guy who covers the Raptors, not even the Magic, but the Magic will be in on this, apparently, according to this one random guy. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the phones as we get closer to kickoff, closer to the end of the show, which means closer to the best show ever. Let's go to Tom in South Jersey. Tom, you're on the Fanatic.
Cheers, Ray. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today?
What's up, Tom?
Hope you guys are ready to bring the heat down there in Tampa.
Yeah, dude.
I'm tired of these fake Phillies fans or fake Eagles fans, man, calling in.
Yep.
Like Mike from Cherry Hill over there.
Yep.
I got to say, it's Birds game day. The least thing you should be on a Birds game day is negative, man. Especially when we're going down there and, with our defensive line facing a guy like Baker Mayfield. They're going to feast tonight.
And I don't get it. Like, what's the angle? Unless he was secretly a Cowboys fan or a fan of another team. That's what I think. But forget that for a second. Let's say he actually is an Eagles fan. What's the angle? Like, are you trying to be like, oh, I'm a smarter football guy than you are because I'm not going to go over the top with my expectations? Like, what are you doing? Like, that's a miserable way to live life.
I don't know, man. It's Birds game day. It's a Monday night. Got a beautiful 7 o'clock kickoff time, so this way everybody gets to bed on time. It's game day, man. You got to be positive,
Imagine being that. Like, imagine people have a football party. Like, usually when I watch Eagles games, I'm in my basement by myself. But I'm here in Florida, so I'll be hanging out with a bunch of people. But like, imagine him trying to host like a football party. Like, do people come over and he goes, please take your shoes off at the door before you come in, and then you walk in and you have like Tostitos, but like lightly salted Tostitos. Like, you're not even getting the good stuff. And then he's like, don't get too excited. Like, the Eagles, let's say the Eagles get a 60-yard return, opening kickoff by Britton Covey. He gets you into opposing team territory. Is he telling everybody to calm down? Please don't wake the neighbors? Like, come on,
He's
bro.
Definitely got to be that guy. I mean, I know we haven't looked pretty our first 2 weeks. No, we haven't. But we faced a great defense in New England that had all year to get ready for it. And then we faced, Kirk Cousins, who, he's going to light you up, with Justin Jefferson. But it's 2 weeks. At least we didn't lose to the Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon down there, The least thing, is the worry about that.
And then you also have to look at it from the, Darius Slay broke it down. The Eagles were up 27-7 to the Vikings. So what do? You sag off because you don't want the big play over the top. So that also it's 27-14 and only 2 minutes went off the clock. No, you're going to let them, pick you apart and go down the field. So a lot of clock ticks off so that eventually there's no time left. Now the offense hopefully can keep their foot on the gas pedal and score and keep running that score up. But, I don't know why people are freaking out about the defense when that's basically part of the game plan. You're not going to intercept every single pass.
Yeah, and especially we're banged up. We're not healthy on the defense by any means. But, I mean, if you still, you get the win. The win is what matters. And you're 2-0 going into Tampa tonight. You're going to get it done. The D-line, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they're going to get theirs tonight. We're going to come out of Tampa Bay 3-0, coming home ready to beat the commode, on our lone 1 o'clock kickoff time because of that. So we're ready. We're ready.
I love that, Tom. Enjoy yourself tonight and have fun. Unlike that guy, Mike. Like, actually enjoy yourself. It's game day, dude. Come on. Little change of energy here. Not, oh, my God. You guys are too optimistic. Ugh. Get out of here. Let's go to John, Washington Township. John, you're on the Fanatic.
What's up, Andrew? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great because you're on the air and you want to rip Mike, and I appreciate that.
I am heated. I was on Berlin Crosskeys Road in South Jersey. I'm sure you know where it is. I had to pull over in the parking lot. I'm like, you know what? This is not going to happen. Not on my time, not on my day, not on my green day. Sorry, Mike from Cherry Hill. If you call yourself an Eagles fan, you're an undercover. That's fine. Be an undercover. If that makes you feel good for the day, I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm a Giants fan, whatever fan you want to be, cool. Because if you were an Eagles fan, please never, ever, ever have anything in your brain about being anything cool about an Eagles fan. Because you know what? You're a fugazi, and you don't have the heart of an Eagles fan. Because today is all Eagles green, and you gave me negative. I mean positive.
Exactly. And I don't get it, John. Like it's not like they're 0-2.
Right. Listen, here's the thing, Andrew. Listen. Here's the thing, though. There's good teams that went down yesterday. Listen, I mean, we have a team that played tonight. We win the game. We're 3-0. Listen, would you be if you're 1-2? Oh, that's bad. You're 1-3. That's wait. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. We're going in there to take another victory tonight. Why are people so upset about it? And if he was an Eagles fan, you know what? Like I said, please. You're not the type of Eagles fan I want to hang out with. I want to go have a drink with, good Eagles fans, not with him.
He must be terrible to watch a game with. He must be so terrible to watch the game with. That would suck.
Juju. He doesn't get chicken wings. He gets like a rotisserie chicken for the party.
Exactly, John. I appreciate the call, man. And you know what? He says, bring your own. If he's hosting the party, he's not saying I got you covered. He's saying bring your own. And he's saying bring your own everything. You can't even have my bag of chips. Those are my lightly salted Tostitos. He's not even probably a good host when he watches football. I do not want to watch football with Mike from Cherry Hill. Right, like he seems like a miserable fan to watch a game with.
Oh, horrible fan to watch the game with. He's the type of guy that you ask for the plans, and he's I don't know if I really want to do anything for the game, or if we do, let's just you bring out whatever you want. You could come over here and hang out, and shows no effort into it. Because he wants to wait and see what happens. He doesn't have a strong feeling of wanting to go out and create expectations for the day and have a good time. I just have to just sit here and be miserable for a few hours just to make sure I really enjoy the Eagles when they happen.
Yeah, because I'm watching football differently than you are. Oh, God, get out of here. All right, this is what I want to do. So we got about 20 minutes left. So, Ray, you and I are going to build a little parlay, a little SGP for tonight's game, okay? I'm going to go to my FanDuel Sportsbook app, and we're going to figure something out. But I also want to do this. I know the deal, right? You don't want to wait on hold for a long time. You don't like doing that. So in the last 20 minutes, I'm going to make this very quick, short and to the point. All I want you to do is call in, right? You call in, give me your score prediction. I want you to give me the MVP of the game. I want you to give me the big moment for tonight's game, okay? I will get you on in less than a minute, and I will get you off. I promise. It's going to be nice and quick. I want you to have your opportunity to call in and let your voice be heard about tonight's game. You'll get in. You'll get out. You could say I was on the radio today, blah, blah, blah. Not that that really matters. Nobody's got that ego, right? But I know that sometimes you don't want to wait on hold. So I promise we will be very quick during the rest of the show. Last 20 minutes, I want you to try to get on the record for tonight's game. Let's have some fun with that. So 610-632-0975. That's the number to climb in, 610-632-0975. Game score, big play, and MVP. Is that fair? Do you think we can handle that, Ray?
Oh, I think we can handle that.
Okay. So
they can. I don't know about me, but they can. They can absolutely handle it.
I think you're a professional. You'll be able to do this.
Sure.
All right. SGP for tonight's game. The Eagles 4.5-point favorites against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they cover. So I'm going to tell you right now, leg number 1, Eagles by 4.5. Are you with me on that?
I'm right there with you.
Okay. I think the Bucks are getting a little respect for their 2-0 start, but I think 4.5 is too light. Just like I thought the Bills-Commanders line of 6.5 was too light for yesterday's game, and look what the Bills ended up doing. They ended up beating up the Commanders. Do I think the Eagles will beat up the Bucks like the Bills beat up the Commanders? No, I don't, but I think they cover the 4.5. Do you have a leg that you want to add?
Yeah, can I add the obvious one, or did you want to take the obvious one?
Go whatever it is.
Yeah, we're going with the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
Okay, cool. I like that.
I just want to make sure we get it in there. It should be one of the first ones off the board every time we put together a parlay.
But still plus money, by the way, the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
Hey, they want to give it to you. Take it.
All right, I'll give you another anytime touchdown, and it's because of what happened on the sideline last week, and they tried to fix it. A.J. Brown anytime touchdown today.
So I was thinking about his total receptions as well.
Okay, what is that?
It's a 4.5, which feels a little like I really get a little leery of it, especially it's not great value for it. But again, what happened last week?
Yeah, but you know what happens? He's getting 3 receptions in the first half.
Right.
Like they're gonna get him the football to make him happy. So he'll get 3 receptions in the first half, so he'll need 2 more the rest of the game. And I'm saying minimum 3. He might have 4 in the first half. He's gonna get targeted. He's probably gonna come down with it. So I'll go with the over 4.5 receptions.
All right, let's do it.
I like that. Let's see. I believe. Let's see. Where is Kenneth Gainwell on the board? Because I do think they're going to try to get him the football a little bit. His over/under in rushing is just 33.5. I do think it's an over.
Yeah.
I think there is a mentality of, hey, DeAndre had such a good game, but Kenny G, we still love you. Don't you worry. And I think they kind of force feed him the football a little bit.
Especially
it's a low number, 33.
Yeah, 33. They're going to definitely try to watch how many touches they give to Swift. Even with the long time off, I think they're trying to play the long game here. And just the way they're talking about their running back room, Gabe will get the opportunities, and I think he'll get the space to get 33 yards, 33.5, which is 34.
Anything else that you want to add? We're at 5 legs right now. We'll do one more. This last one is from you.
Give me the over.
The over in the game period?
In the game period.
So not team total, but over in the game.
Oh, let me get the Birds team total. I don't see.
Right, you want team total? I'm taking off the over.
All right. What's the team total here?
Where is the team total?
We have a team
find
total.
it. Yeah, I imagine it's on here somewhere. Let's see. Eagles total points is 24.5. If I go over, a $10 bet will win you $209.
Oh.
All right? So the 6 legs that we have for you, Eagles to cover the 4.5, Eagles over 24.5 team total, anytime tutty for Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown's over in receptions, which is 4.5, and Kenneth Gainwell over 33.5 yards rushing. $10 scores you 209 on your FanDuel Sportsbook app. I like it.
Sounds like Phillies playoff tickets to me.
Yeah, exactly. And after last year, you need to get that money back.
That's right.
Because you were going to all those games, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, so here's what I want to do as the show continues. I promise you, we will be quick, right? So what I want from you is your final score. I want your MVP. I want the big moment in tonight's game. Anything that you could think of quickly for tonight's game. Because I promise you, I know a lot of people don't like waiting on hold for a long time. So I'll get you on. Your call can be a minute long. Your call can be 20 seconds long. Up to you. But I promise, I will get you in and I'll get you out. We're going to do this the rest of the show. We got about 15 minutes left. So let's start things off with Kenny in New York. Kenny, you're on the Fanatic.
Yo, what's going on, baby?
What's up, Kenny?
What's up, man? Man, I'm excited, man. Listen, man, I'm from New York, man, right? And he just bummed me out, man. I'm a diehard. I bleed green. I'm going to the game. It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday!
You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And just quick touch on what y'all saying. Y'all right, man. We 2-0. Be happy. Be optimistic. We got 2 new offensive. We got an offensive coordinator that's new. We got a defense coordinator that's new. Like just let it go. Just go with the flow, man. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I have faith in our team. I mean, our defensive line is deep. I mean, we're good at every position. I mean, you know, we're missing Kobe Dean, but we be all right, man. I feel like we good, man. I'm happy. I feel like we going back to the chip, honestly. I mean, Sirianni gonna have these boys right, man. I feel like
right.
it's only week. You know what's funny? I was quick story for you real quick before I let y'all go. And 30-17, and then I got 3 Cowboys fans. My aunt, she passed away. but I'm still talking trash to her. I love her to death.
You look up in the sky and you're talking
I
trash.
looked up in the sky and I said, Auntie, y'all is bums. Y'all some bums, but I love you. And my boy texted me, right, real quick. Boy texted me the other day, the stat on the TV when they won against the Jets. We number one defense. I said, bro, relax, bro. I said, you're delusional, bro. I said, y'all Cowgirl fans are delusional. I said, bro, 2 games in the season, and y'all got the best defense. Okay, 2 games, bro. You act like it's week 12, and y'all got the best defense in the league.
Yep.
Like, calm down, bro. That's why I said, y'all so delusional, man. Y'all still living in the 90s. Get out of here with that, man. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Kenny, enjoy yourself, man. Happy birthday, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday. I love 30-17, by the way. That's a great score prediction. All right, let's go to Jared. We're going to really kick this thing off now. Let's go to Jared in Mount Holly. Jared, answer those questions, man. Your score prediction, big moment, MVP. What do we got for tonight's game?
All right, how you doing? First time caller here. I got 31-17. MVP, I'm going with Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's coming up big this game. I'm telling you, he's going to be wreaking havoc in the backfield. And I'm fired up. I've been fired up listening to you guys since 7 o'clock this morning. I can't wait for game time. I'm about to go home from work, and it's beer o'clock, baby. Let's go, Birds.
Beer o'clock. I love it, Jared. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the game tonight. I like that. Previous caller goes 30-17. Kenny goes 30-17. He goes 31-17, Ray. Maybe we have to do like an exact score bet because it seems like everybody's on the same page right now.
Can I get a 32? Can I get a 32?
Can we get a 32? Is that a scoregami? Because you always have to think about that too. The
I look for the
scoregami.
scoregami.
They happen all the time. All of a sudden, scoregami's getting boring because it's a new one every single day. It seems like. Let's go to Ralph. He's on 95. What's up, Ralph?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey,
how you doing?
I got it going on. 38-17 tonight. We're gonna blow the doors off these guys from jump. Listen, I got Hassan going crazy. And I got him 3 sacks tonight. We've been waiting for him to have a big game this year. I got him going 3 sacks tonight. I got AJ Brown for 2 tutties.
2 tutties.
2 tutties. 2 tutties. He deserved it this week. I got him 2 tutties, and they got DeAndre Swift for a big burnout run, about 80 yards. I got it. I'm calling it right here, right now.
I love it.
Off these guys, man.
I love it, Ralph. Enjoy the game tonight. So, Ray, 17 points is now 3 straight callers have given the Bucks 17 points. I still have my parlay up that we put together. So the over-under for the Bucks is 19.5. So everyone's saying 17. So if I add the under for Bucks team total, that $10 bet jumps up to $353.
As much as I wanted jump the payout here, that has backdoor heartbreak written all over it.
Oh, it does?
It does. It stinks of backdoor heartbreak.
Maybe the 17's the back. Maybe that last touchdown, late garbage time, makes it 17.
Hey, if everyone wants to go 17, I'm not going to rain on a good time. I'm no Mike and Cherry Hill. Let's throw it on there. Let's have it. Let's have ourselves
you're
a night.
Not a miserable man. Let's go to Karate Mark. KM, what's going on, brother?
What up? Go Birds! Can you hear me down there, Tunis?
I can hear you loud and clear. I feel like you're next to me. That's how loud you are.
How about it? Yo, I'm saying 28-20 final score tonight, and that's going to be a lot of early scoring by the Birds, taking off in the late third, all the fourth quarter, and some sloppy late scoring by them Tampa Bay Bucks. They're not going to do nothing to impose any type of threat tonight. MVP of the game is going to be our boy A.J. Brown with a 40-plus yard catch for a touchdown, which is going to seal the deal early in the third. E-A-T-L-E-S, Eagles!
I love that. Enjoy the game tonight, man. I love that. A.J. Brown, see, that's the other thing. Right, I like it when we're all on the same page. Right? Everyone's got Eagles win, which is great, and a lot of A.J. Brown love. Because let's face it, he had the tirade on the sideline, which I don't mind, but he also has to know time and place. They were winning and the ground game was working, but he had the tirade, and then he gets 3 straight targets. And 2 of them could have been touchdowns, one if it wasn't a holding call, and if the other one he wasn't interfered with on the pass. I like that everybody's on page here with A.J. Brown. I think it's a big game.
Oh, yeah. You know they're going to try. Like, as much as they won't tell you that they're trying to make it happen, they're at least going to try and scheme something up to get him a big play early on to get him going because he deserves it. You know, he's one of those guys.
They tried it with Dallas Goedert, too. Remember, week 2?
Yep.
And it was almost forced. He was 6 catches for 26 yards. We don't have to force it if it's not working. But A.J. Brown's a beast, dude. They'll get this going.
Give him
I'm
a shot.
expecting a big game for A.J. Brown. Let's go to Steve in Trenton. Steve, you're on the Fanatic.
Yo, go Birds.
Go Birds. What's up, Steve? How you doing?
I'm feeling a 38-20 blowout tonight. Jalen Hurts, 350-plus total yards, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. All throwing, or is he like 2 and 2?
One on the, little QB sneak, but they're going to blow the wheels off him tonight, show who we really are.
All right. I love that, man. All right. So he's going Jalen Hurts, 4 total touchdowns. I might not need 4 total touchdowns.
Cool with it,
but,
though.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the 4 total touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. I think that would help a lot of people feel better because I think people are still kind of scared with what's been going on through the first couple of weeks, like that guy Mike from Cherry Hill. But, I think a 4 touchdown performance will help a lot of people. Let's go to Frank in South Philly. Frank, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Frank?
I'm doing good, man. Looking forward to the game. I was just wanting to make a comment about that guy who had that rant, the guy Mike.
Yeah.
He contradicts himself tremendously. Like he tells you guys, you guys are judging the Eagles with your heart. But meanwhile, he's all emotional about who knows what. What was he talking about? You guys analyze games. That's what you guys do.
Yeah, it's what we do for a living. He was talking about not believing in your heart and stars and whatnot. Well, that's not what I'm doing. And I've been talking at length about how the first 2 weeks haven't been pretty, but at least they come out of it 2-0. And that should be something that's, not celebrate, but you're happy because I'll keep on going back to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are the team coming out of the AFC that a lot of people expect to go to the Super Bowl. They're 0-2. It could be worse. Right. So I'm happy the Birds are 2-0, and they have room to grow. They could be 0-2 with room to grow, and now all of a sudden you're behind the Dallas Cowboys. But instead, you're 2-0. You got the leg up now.
Sure, you should be happy. But unfortunately, my pick is 30-17 the other way. I think you guys are taking a loss today. I'm sorry.
Whoa, what do you mean, you guys?
I'm a Giant fan, man. I'm a big fan.
Get out of here. Kick rocks. Goodbye.
What?
What are you doing here, sir? Meanwhile, your team, you guys, your team sucks. Daniel Jones is one of the worst things that's happened to the NFL because he got paid big money. And you know what's going to happen? That quarterback, look, I'm all happy about people getting money, right? But that money's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up for quarterbacks because guys like Daniel Jones get paid. And Daniel Jones stinks. That's an awful team. An awful team. And he's a Giants fan. He's trying to get chesty. Get out of here. 30-17 loss. Nope. Not happening. Let's go to Barb in Bethlehem. Barb, you're on the Fanatic.
Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear. What's up, Barb?
Very good. First of all, I just want to know, you guys are lucky enough to be with Vince and his Philly sports trips.
Oh, he's amazing.
My son and I did Phoenix last year for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It was a great time, and we're actually going to Seattle in December with that group. Vince puts on a great, great time, so enjoy yourself.
Oh, I am. A lot of fun.
Real quick question before I give you my prediction. How is the weather down there? Is it clear?
So it is gorgeous right now. There is a 30 to 40% chance of rain during the game, but it's also Florida, right? So who knows?
So it can come and go quickly.
It could never happen. It could come and go, and it could be a torrential downpour. So I'll try to do a Brent Musburger. You are looking live at some point for all my bettors out there.
Okay, having said that, with the weather report, my prediction is 32-17 Eagles. I'm still not 100% behind Jalen yet. I think he's got a little bit of rust to get rid of. I think the star of the game is going to be A.J. Brown. What Jalen Hurts is going to give to A.J. Brown is what Mahomes gave to Travis Kelce last night. He has to look good in front of people. So last night, Travis had to look good in front of the Swifties.
In front of Tay-Tay.
In front of Tay-Tay. She was there with Mom. So I think just to keep A.J. happy, Jalen's going to go to him and keep him happy like we did with Travis last night. As far as Mike from Cherry Hill, don't even start. And why are you answering the phones to Giants fans today? That's a question for me. Like, what are we doing with that? The caller just before me.
Say that one more time.
Why are we answering the phone for Giants fans?
Oh, I don't know.
How did he get in there?
He snuck through. It's all right, though, Barb. I put him in his place. I appreciate the call. Happy birthday. There's a nice woman that walked up, said, happy birthday to me. She wanted a shout out. So happy birthday. I hope you can still hear me. By the way, so the weather report, the update, Ray, still 30 to 40%, but it's 40% now at 3, 30% at 5. So it goes away at 4, 30% at 5. Then it's clear until 9, where there's a 40% chance, and then a 30% chance at 10. It's gonna change constantly as we get closer to kickoff. Because earlier this morning when I first checked, when I was coming up thinking of some ideas for the show, I checked the weather report, and it was supposed to rain from 3 until 10. And now the clouds are disappearing. So that's a good sign.
Yeah. Forbid you guys get any rain, have to deal with any of that in paradise.
Well, I'm not talking about myself
I know,
staying
I'm
dry.
kidding.
I'm talking about the
It's all the
sake of
more reason
team.
for 2 first-half touchdowns. Get yourself up early.
So I'll say this. I'll say this. So I talked to somebody in the hotel yesterday. I got in the elevator with some guy, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm getting kind of worried about the weather." And so I go, "Well, if you think about it, that actually bodes well for the Eagles because the way they can run the football, their offensive line's tremendous, so they'll be fine. Jalen Hurts can do things with his legs. Like ugly weather games, the Eagles are built well for it. They have a great defensive front. So even if it did rain, I would not start getting concerned." Because the Eagles are built for it.
No, I wouldn't find myself concerned for that at all.
No, they can run the football, and they can stop the run. That's the other thing. Like, remember, the Patriots game, it was bad weather the first half. They're up 16-0 in the blink of an eye.
They're better against the run this year than they were a year ago.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it. And so when I said that to the guy, he goes, "Oh, no, I'm not worried about the team. I'm worried about myself. I want to be dry." So then I found out why he was really concerned about the rain. It had nothing to do with it had to do with what you just said.
Yeah, it checks out.
He didn't
Go
want to
down to
get rained
Tampa.
on. Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to get rained on in Paradise. But at least, like I said to him after that, I said, well, at least it's it's a Florida rain, so you'll be warm. Like by the time the rain will be gone, I imagine you'd be hot enough where it would start to dry a little bit. Right? I mean, think that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. That's a great gaze on life you have right there. I probably would be closer to him of like, man, I really don't want to get wet. I don't really have to sit on the line.
Nobody wants to get rained on when they're at a football game. Nobody wants that.
No, I'm just saying. I'd probably be closer to him than you. I'm applauding you for the positivity you're bringing to this conversation.
All right. Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to you seeing a little bit of rain because I'll be honest with you, I've been dodging puddles.
Okay.
It's been bad up here.
Now, real quick, now Michael Grange, this guy who covers the Raptors, that's reporting that the Magic might
get retracted already?
Lillard. No. Now all of a sudden he's all over my timeline because you know how it works,
right,
the algorithm. Yeah. So now there's another report about the Raptors and how they're confident that they could outbid the Miami Heat. Like, no joke. But here's the quote. By all accounts, the Raptors seem at least reasonably confident they can maneuver their way to the front of the line past the Miami Heat, Lillard's preferred destination, and ahead of a team such as the Brooklyn Nets who have the draft picks to get something done if Portland is open to taking on the last 2 years of Ben Simmons' contract. All of this is well and good, but Dame has been pretty honest that he wants to go to the Miami Heat, and there was the report last week again that if he gets traded anywhere else, he's not going to play, which would be weird. I don't know why they would do this.
I love the risk for the Magic. I love the fact that this could demolish the Raptors. There's 2 different ways that I love the idea of this happening. If the Raptors were to try and do this, I would want it to all blow up in their faces. It'd be awesome.
Oh, no, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, for some of these teams, taking the swing at it, it's like, oh, what's better? Like, what else can you kind of do here? I probably... If I were them, if I were the Magic, I wouldn't. If I were the Raptors, I guess the Raptors. I mean, they're staring down the barrel of a rebuild anyways. I don't know why they messed that up.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, how much time do we have, Ray? 1 minute? Okay, so that's going to do it. I want to thank Coco's Crush Bar and Grill. It has been fantastic. The last couple days, we've been doing all kinds of events here and at the other Coco's here on the island as well. So they've been tremendous. Vince from Philly Sports Trips, of course, huge shout out to him. He's just done such a tremendous job. But this show has been fun. Ray, thank you. You're going to be hanging out with me for the time being. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast. Everybody enjoy yourself tonight. Have fun during the game tonight, unlike Mike from Cherry Hill. Like, actually enjoy the game. And I believe this is the game that the Eagles finally break through and we start feeling a little bit better. Make sure you listen to the best show ever next. And then at 6 o'clock, the beginning of the pregame show with myself and Bob Cooney and Pat Egan. We will lead you into Flyers preseason hockey on the Fanatic. But we got you covered the rest of the day as well. All Eagles talk all the time. Everybody, have a great time tonight. If you're down here, I want to hear your noise. And if you're back home, I still want to hear you. Everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.